Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of everybody's favorite adult-flavored podcast, Gaming After Dark with Noof Nukem and friends. I am your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Noof Nukem, and glad to be in the room. It's going to be a good show here tonight, everybody. Glad you could make it out and be with us here. Lots of familiar faces in the chat, but before we acknowledge the chat and kind of get down, well, we'll start with the super chat because one came in early again from our favorite supporter, Doggy Dog 420, dropping $1.99. Good evening, panel and chat. Yes, good evening to you, Doggy Dog. Glad you could be here. We'll acknowledge everybody in just a moment, but first, let's acknowledge my fantastic panel. And this week, fortunate enough to have both of them back on. So we'll start with the man who is always loud and proud, who brings the comment back to sense, the one, the only, the Titan Drago.
What's up, everyone? G Fuel flavor of the week, sour cherry. Okay, it's the first tub I ever tried, and it got me interested. You know, kind of like Mag's tweet about Twitch hot tub streamers, and that got us all interested. But other than that, I've still been playing Crossroads this week. Crossroads in 6.0 meta game. Just got a huge update, and let me tell you, it still needs another one for stability. It's still crashing on my Series X. So that's kind of rage-inducing because I really like the game and I'd really like to play it. But the damn thing keeps crashing. What do? You can't do anything when the game just keeps crashing on you. So I'll just rage for another week or so until they update and patch again. And I'm going to make you guys feel my pain.
Introducing our next panel member, making his alternate ego debut, Mr. Harriet Twatter. What's going on, Meg?
Good evening, Noof, chat, Titan, Husk. Guys, everybody, I am glad to be back. Yes, I took the week off last week, had a bit of a rough week, but it's okay. The mag is back, the mag is excited, and I am super pumped for these topics tonight. We are going to have ourselves a great show. Let's get right into it.
And he is making a return to Gaming After Dark. He is one of the most charismatic panel members of Gaming Beyond the Box. He is definitely known to frequent more than one show and certainly have a beer or two in hand. You'll often hear him pop, then hear him drop and head off to the washroom and come back and lay some smack down. It's the one, the only ACS Husk, brother. Glad you could be here.
Let's see if you can hear this. I don't know if my noise cancellation will fuck it up or not, but did you catch that?
I did.
Yeah. All right, beautiful. NVIDIA's fucked up, and they always noise cancel my goddamn beer opening. It's like, how do I start a show without it? Like, what the fuck, man? But if I don't use it, it's all echoey and horseshit. Sounds like someone, whatever. I'm just gonna let's let it go. Thanks for the invite. It's been too fucking long. Fuck, dude, I'd be here every week if I could. To be completely honest,
we'll keep that on the docket just in case.
I go to work on Wednesdays feeling like total dog shit, just praying for it to be over so I can start drinking again for Game Beyond the Box because I'm hungover.
Nice.
Like Tuesdays are Tuesdays, man, and by the time I get to your show, I feel pretty fucking good. So,
well, glad to hear it. I got a funny feeling you already are going to bring the heat to the show.
I'm working on it.
Fastback. Our NLG brother, he's in the chat, and I left this one up on the screen because he said, I'm here for Tony Baloney's hot tub sister cousin. Awesome stuff. All righty, the jokes are starting. If you guys missed it, Mag, maybe you can just let people know what the hell we're talking about in case they missed out. Not everybody's social media adept.
Well, how could you not have seen it? Anyways, what I was making fun of is the fact that these Twitch streamers are starting to stream from their hot tubs, right? So I thought to myself, I'm like, huh. So I put on my wife's bikini, and I went in my hot tub and I started playing xCloud and put a little sexy music on in the background. And I think I titled it. I'm like, these damn Twitch streamers are getting out of hand. And yeah, it did well. I ended up getting like 15,000 views or something. Pretty funny shit. But anyways, that's not the last time you will see her. So, she'll be back.
Probably not. Something tells me Titan's going to have a few words about that later on in the show, perhaps.
I'm sure he will.
Hopefully, we can line up someone for Drago's Corner. And if not this week, we'll have one soon. But
maybe soon. This week, let me know. Let us know in the chat if you guys want to see Husk crack open a beer and smack it on me in my head in the corner or something like that. Let us know in the chat if you want to see that action go down.
What the fuck? Why don't I have my fucking cam on? This is fucking weird. You guys are gonna have to deal with that fucking weird ass light above my head.
There you go. It's like a halo. You got a good
I'm in a
vibe going there.
I'm in a fucking dungeon basement of like 200 square feet now. Like, it's weird. Sorry.
Yeah, it looks like you should be playing D&D or something, man. I like it.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, with the black curtains on the side, you look like you're like a magician about to do like a show.
Why you gotta ruin shit?
I don't know if you guys are
Fuck,
D&D
man.
fans, but I remember when I was a kid, man, the first D&D freaking the game came with a video, and Husk is giving me mad like reminiscence right now, because I remember like it was all black behind him and it was just his head, and he was like the dungeon master talking shit. If anyone can remind me, it was Dragon something, I will automatically give you the common sense award if you can fucking tell me what the fuck that was called.
Dick Dragon on the floor.
Yeah. Double Dick Dragon.
You're trying to be serious with me. You can't do it.
No. Hold on. Let's catch up with the chat. Kyle Milo, what's going on? Doggy Dog's in the house. We got Draven Arrow, Timothy Dixon, Casket Repair, Tony Grasso is here. Caper Grant's in the house. What's going on? Assassin Lupa, HTK 360, Spider-Man 356. Man, we got a great crew here already. Let's scroll down. Princess Zelda is hanging out with us. Free Jack is in the house. What's going on? Pure Flak Monkey, Jesse Derby. Who else we got going? Fastback is here. Slinky M.
We got a new name in there, Noof. I haven't seen this guy before. Le Hellboy. Must be a French Hellboy.
Oh, no, he's been here before.
What? I haven't seen him. Joe Dunmore. I just saw him.
Chase Jones. What's going on? Back from the dead. The doctor. Oh, the doctor's here. I knew I smelled shit. Probably fresh from the anus. Dr. Dinglenut. What's going on? Great crew, guys. Just jokes, people. It's all good. But if you know the doctor, you know that it seems like every week he has a question revolving anal sex. So it's kind of crazy. Alrighty, let's get right into the show, guys. We're going to start off with topic number one. Just a real quick rundown on Far Cry 6 this past week. They showed off some pretty cool footage of the new game. I know there probably are lots of Far Cry fans. I really enjoyed number 5. We'll start with the panel and our guests. Just kind of give us your take on Far Cry 6. Are you excited? Are you more excited? Less excited? Great to see Giancarlo Esposito, phenomenal actor, coming in and sort of taking the helm in this game. Some of the crazy stuff we saw in the trailer, like the crocodile and the dog and everything else. Oh my God. Crazy stuff. Amazing graphics. I think this could be the biggest Far Cry yet. It's been delayed a few times, but it is just around the corner. I think it's scheduled for August, if I'm correct. So it comes out at a pretty good time of the year. Who wants to have the first crack at Far Cry?
Actually, they moved it. It's October 7th.
October. Okay, October.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, it's October 7th, and the two big releases that I was looking at, third-party releases, was October 7th for Far Cry 6 and December 7th for Dying Light 2. But anyways, while I'm talking, I might as well talk about it. You said it already, Noof. Giancarlo Esposito, man, that guy just brings intensity to everything he does, man. Like, honest to God. I mean, even the CGI trailer with him talking, and obviously he did the mocap work and everything else, he just looks so intense. And you know he's going to be so terrifying and he's going to be so menacing. Excuse me. I'm choking on a peanut. Yeah, anyways, back to the show.
Peanut?
What's that?
Peanut?
Yeah, sorry, I was choking.
Yes, it's bulky, but I consider it carry on.
Now, the cool thing, graphics look amazing. The setting is amazing because I'm a sucker for anything tropical is unbelievable to me. I love that shit. And I love that, like, tropical locales, palm trees, all that kind of stuff. And the weapons seem pretty cool. Did you see that Macarena CD gun that he had?
Mm-hmm.
There was that, and then there was the I also like the Gatling gun that had the motorcycle engine in it. That was pretty cool. The stuff like that. You know what? Someone take over. I'm choking on this fucking peanut.
Go ahead, Titan. Save the man.
Yeah, I'm with you, Noof. I think people had like way too much negativity when it came to Far Cry 5, in my opinion. I loved the father and his whole story.
Yes.
I thought that was fucking awesome. And like the end I thought was crazy cool. I saw a lot of people didn't like it, but I like that kind of ending, and the part I don't like is like the multiple endings that I got to replay the whole damn game to get, or like, because when you know there's multiple endings, it's like, all right, how do you get those? It's like, I'm just gonna freaking look for YouTube videos to get the different endings, because they need to come up with a way that you can like experience all the endings without having to play the whole damn game over again. But anyways, I love the regions of that game. Like each each character own their own region, this and that. I like that a lot. I wonder if they're going to do kind of the same thing with this one. I don't know. But I think the more they draw from Far Cry 5, the more they draw from that game, the better, because I really liked it a lot. I liked a lot about it. And this one is going to run and look even better. And I love the way that one looked. And this was just going to be even better. And like you said, like Carlos, like that dude's, the face on that dude in this game is like, my God. What is that called when you're nearing like actual real life? They have a phrase. It's called something.
Real life?
No, it's there's a technical term for it.
Hyper realistic.
Realism?
No, there's a much more advanced. I'll think of it later. But anyways,
actual constipation.
It's looking so damn good and so damn sexy. You know,
Orgasmic.
Much sexier than Mag in a hot tub. Let me tell you.
Oh my God.
He's definitely one of
by
those
the way,
actors. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, brother.
I'm still trying to pull my penis out of my stomach.
I was just going to say he's one of those actors that just draws your attention. Ever since he was in Breaking Bad and everything else, even The Mandalorian, everything this guy shows up in, he definitely has this presence that he commands your attention. He just delivers, and he's just one of those guys. You know, like some guys in acting are almost born to play the bad guy. He definitely feels like he's that. Like he could be like he kind of reminds you of the kind of guy that would be like your nice neighbor next door, but he's seedy as fuck. You know what I mean? You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Alan Rickman. And whenever you watch Alan Rickman in a movie where he plays a villain, especially you go back to like the original Die Hard, even Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, he was hilarious. Harry Potter as Snape, even though Snape was technically not a bad guy. Spoiler alert! But you know, that kind of thing. But the thing is, Alan Rickman.
You're supposed to say that before you make the spoil.
Wow, who the fuck hasn't seen it by now? 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't seen it by now, then you were never interested. Anyways, the point is that guy could chew scenery. And the same thing with Giancarlo Esposito. Every word is just, it's got like heft behind it. You know what I mean? Like every sentence. Yeah. And he didn't seem to let up at all. Like, you know, some actors, when they do movies, whatever. And then they're in a video game and they kind of fall flat because, you know, they're probably just acting to themselves with a green screen behind them with, you know, these fucking ping pong balls all over them. And they're like, oh, what the fuck am I doing with my career? You know, and then all of a sudden they're getting in there. But this guy is putting it on like he's putting on a scene for the Academy Awards. Like when he's talking to his son, you know, that CG trailer, the first one. Yeah. And then he brings him up to the roof and stuff. And I'm like, this is like Academy Award performance here. Like, this is not like, oh, right, I'm acting in a video game, blah, blah, blah. You know, actually, and the other one who did it, I know it's a little controversial to say it, but another one who also did a great job was Kevin Spacey in Advanced Warfare. He was intense as fuck in that game. And I don't know if you guys remember that. Advanced Warfare, the Call of Duty. And Kevin Spacey played the bad guy, and he was incredible. So anyways, yeah, the point is the game looks amazing. Sorry, I was in the middle of choking on a peanut. I couldn't finish my original thoughts.
Hey, did any of you guys...
Yeah. Man gets his nuts snipped and then he chokes on a peanut.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you guys make the connection about, you know, because this game was supposed to release, last year, right?
Yeah, then COVID pushed it back like 6 months or 7 months.
So like did anyone kind of like make that connection? Like this is following like right in Halo's footsteps. Like did they delay this game for like 11 months of polish as well? Just like Halo?
I don't think so. You know what? Ubisoft are masters of their craft. And I'm not saying 343 is not, but I'm just saying like Ubisoft, they release some polished fucking games, man.
I'll say it.
What are you saying?
I'll say they're good, but I think...
Come on, man. I'm talking about like
to me,
Ubisoft doesn't need polish.
They were handed a golden idol, and it's like not improved.
You're talking about 343?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ubisoft. I was going to say like, yo, back the fuck up for a second there, man.
Ubisoft, until we see what they do at E3 or what they announce, like we don't know really what they have coming down the pipe. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise for them because they'll have a heavy hitter coming out in the fall, because I don't even know if they have an Assassin's Creed game prepared for this year. I haven't heard of anything, and I don't know.
I fucking hope not.
No, there's
Jesus
not.
I hope
Christ.
not either. But
There's not a Assassin's
Fuck,
Creed
man.
this year. No, don't worry,
Take
guys.
a break.
Trust me, I know what's going on at Ubisoft. What's going on over
Other than harassment?
Yeah, exactly. Other than harassment, yeah. No, but I do testing for them, right? So I do remote testing for the Ubisoft labs and stuff. So I know what they got coming down the pipe. I can't talk about all of it, but I can talk about some that we know about. They are doing updates to Rainbow Six Siege. They're obviously releasing Far Cry 6 is going to be their big release this year. Later this year as well, they're going to be releasing a full next-gen I know they already did like a 60 frames per second update on Watch Dogs Legion, but they're going to do a complete next-gen overhaul. That's going to be releasing, I think, sometime in August or September as well. And then that's it for this year. Then next year, they've got some other things coming up, which I cannot talk about, but they're going to be really, really good. And but Assassin's Creed is probably, my guess is probably going to be 2023 at this point, because they released Wrath of the Druids already for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then they put it on hold for a while because they're going to have another expansion coming out as well for Valhalla, and that's going to take them into 2022, and then it'll be another year before we see AC again.
Does any of it have to do with balls and wieners?
What just happened?
No answer?
I have no idea. Far Cry and balls and wieners.
Either way, Far Cry 6, awesome.
You said Ubisoft, and the first thing I thought of was, the bad stuff. Anyways, I haven't played a fucking Far Cry since Primal. I really haven't.
I feel bad.
I know. I don't have time to fucking play shit. But I played the fuck out of that game, and I thought it was. I don't think it got as much praise as it probably deserved, because it was such a change of pace for the fucking series.
Yeah.
I love that when a game goes way off base, and I mean, Far Cry 6 looks badass. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love seeing alligators wearing t-shirts, but at the same time, like, if there's not a lot, if there's not like a good chunk different from the past, then it's still just Far Cry. And that's just me. From like I said, I haven't played since Primal. So,
well, that last game they released, what was that last one, the Far Cry they released with the two chicks and the pink world, and after the nuke everything's pink? Like, what
that was an expansion from Far Cry 5. I tried it and I didn't like it. But Far Cry 5, on the other hand, the actual game, I adored it. I put in like 160 hours into that with my wife, because you could play the entire campaign co-op. And then, of course, you can go into the open world co-op as well. So, I mean, it was pretty remarkable. I loved it. And I love the setting, too, man. It was like, the southern U.S. You had the crazy, like, religious cult and all that stuff. And Titan, you were mentioning him earlier.
How dare you say that, Jesse Darby, you fucker. Don't you ever say those words to me ever again.
Yeah, stop ruining our dreams. Jesus.
Oh, the Splinter Cell, yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I'm excited for this, man. I think it's going to be fucking amazing. And the fact that they did confirm co-op as well, that's huge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, day one right here.
That's a big deal.
I love number 5. Like, the Seed family was awesome. To me, like, Far Cry has become the Call of Duty for Ubisoft, essentially, because they stick to a formula that generally works. Of course, they've expanded over the years to be more open world, a little bit more, kind of go off the rails and stuff. But the one thing that Far Cry has always sort of had that many games don't have is intriguing storylines and great villains. From Foz, or was it Boz, or whatever the fuck his name was, number 3, like who still claimed up there high as one of the top villains in any game. And like I said, the Seed family, like, my God, they were just wacky and all over the place. It was kind of like Ubisoft's version of the freaking the Baker family from freaking
basically, yeah. And like the sister with the drug-induced stuff, because she was harvesting the drugs from the flowers she was planting and shit.
It's almost like its own version of like Final Fantasy, right? Because Final Fantasy keeps going to new places every game, and then I feel like this one does a lot of the same.
Yeah.
And like Husk was saying, like with Primal, right? Like they're like, you know, chucking spears around to Far Cry 5, awesome. Where you got, you know, the religious cult and
yeah, you got like a third world country dictator kind of vibe going on here. Like it's wild, man. I'm totally in. Like I'm invested.
They have good 100%. Writers.
Yeah. Oh, they got really great writers, and they got the money and the clout to, you know, to put up some big actors too. And like even like with Far Cry 5, I didn't recognize any of the actors as anybody big, but god damn it, were they ever good?
Yeah.
Like the father.
Dude, the father, yeah.
Holy shit, was that guy ever intense, man? Like he would just stare at you at the screen, and I'm sitting there watching this terrifying. Like I was like glued to my chair because I felt like the guy was going to come through the screen and just start slapping me around. I was just like, holy shit, this guy's intense.
Dude,
he looked like an angry John Lennon.
The only thing better than that was watching the Hellblade 2 Sin with Sacrifice, where she's singing that fucking song, man. Like, whoa, like she ain't even a voice actress or anything. Yeah. They, you know, they didn't even plan on hiring her, and like she just like won the part over. Like if you guys get a chance to see that, to read that story or watch that, there's like a video about it. It's really good.
Well, that's that's where talent comes from sometimes. You know what I mean? Look at Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was a fucking carpenter on the set of a movie. And someone saw, I think it was Lucas, saw him and said, "Hey, we need somebody in a movie. Can you act?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I guess so." And look at Harrison Ford now. Like he was literally on the set as a carpenter with like his, you know, like his like tool belt on and and then he was like building a door frame, and Lucas happened to walk by him, but he liked his look.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he hired him for, I believe it was, what's it called? American Graffiti. This is before Star Wars.
Mag, you keep taking videos of yourself and them pigtails, man. Someone's going to notice you eventually, too.
Exactly. And you know what? Harrison Ford started acting when he was like 41. I'm 46. I'm not that far off. I can get this shit done, man. I can get this shit done.
Oh, fuck.
And how do you guys feel? Obviously, one of the changes in this game, outside of course, the expansion to Far Cry 5, but how do you feel about this game getting a female as the lead protagonist this time, which is also going to lead us into our next topic?
No problem. I prefer playing females. I know it sounds weird, but it's for some people. But I actually, like, ever since Tomb Raider, way back in the 90s, I enjoy, and Resident Evil, of course. Because Resident Evil was a female protagonist as well. It was Jill Valentine, right? So
Jill.
Yeah. I always pick, like when I have the choice, I always pick a female character. However, the only one I did not pick was AC Valhalla because her voice sounded ridiculous. So I chose the dude. And now my dude looks like, I haven't started, I only played like 20 minutes, but my dude's kind of looks like the guy from like fucking Sons of Anarchy there. But at least his voice sounded okay.
Nice.
But the female in that game, she sounded ridiculous. She was like, "We must go invade England." And I'm like, why are you talking? Like, you know what it sounded like? Right. If anybody's old enough to remember Jim Carrey playing the butchy woman in Living Color, remember that? She was like the gym instructor. And she was like, "All right, everybody get on the ground and give me 50.
That's good.
She sounded like
that's solid.
The AC Valhalla girl sounds like that. So I didn't pick her, but every other game, I always pick female. It's ingrained in me now.
I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't give a fuck what if the character has a dick or doesn't have a dick. I don't give a shit either way. If the story's good, that's what I care about. That is literally what I fucking care about. I don't care what genitalia is involved. It doesn't fucking matter to me.
Right.
If the fucking story draws me in and I dump hours and hours into that game, I could give a shit less if there's choice or otherwise. If I'm a fucking badass chick or a badass dude, if I'm a badass and I'm having fun playing the game and I'm fucking intrigued and I'm drawn into the story and I want to keep playing, that's what matters. The rest of it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is, I mean, like, you know, the other thing is too, I like is that actually when you play as a female character, they not only obviously look more exotic, but actually the outfits and everything else. And I'm not talking about the ridiculous, like pandering outfits towards men, like, you know, wearing bikinis and stuff, and, you know, 6-inch stilettos in Mortal Kombat, like, or like, you know, or Dead or Alive or something, one of those stupid games. Mortal Kombat's not stupid. Dead or Alive is stupid. But anyways, like those things. But they always have these really cool outfits. And I love the outfits. They look so much more exotic, more colorful, whatever. I like the waving hair, assuming that you have long hair in the character and stuff. It just looks more, you know. And the thing is, like, for the most part, you're usually playing as a dude anyway. So, like, once in a while, I like to shake, you know, I like to shake it up. I prefer, like I said, even way back when. You guys remember Tony Hawk's Project 8 or whatever the hell it was, came out in the 360. It was the first time you could actually choose a character and choose the gender properly. And I chose this cool punk rock chick kind of look and whatever else, and I just loved it. I just prefer it. It's weird. I have no answer to it, but it's just that's just the way I like it. So the fact that she's a female character, I'm all in. And yes, Lupa, you're right. Alexios in Assassin's Creed Odyssey was awful.
Yeah, I have no issue with it either, but it's going to lead us into our next segue into it. But before we get into our next topic, what was everybody's favorite Far Cry? I mean, we're up to 5 going on to 6. So which is your favorite of the series so far? Do you feel that the series has kind of strayed away from its roots, kind of gotten better than it previously was? Because, you know, if you remember the original Far Cry games, the new ones do kind of seem quite a bit of a departure in a lot of ways. What's everybody's favorite that you played? I'd have to say for mine was definitely probably 5, just because of the amount of stuff that you could do, like I said, in the Great Villain. So how about everybody else?
I'm with you, 5, and then a close second would be Predator back at, what was that, on the 360, I think?
Far Cry Predator, yes.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was the second installment or something like that.
You're correct. Yeah.
Man, I really liked that one. That one, I think, really opened the door for Far Cry's future, and they kept going different ways with it, and whatever they do seems to be working. So, yeah, those two for me, for sure.
Caper Grant seems like he likes 5. Far Cry 2 was 6. Curtin and Prophet, Caper, 5. So we got a few people here in the chat. Hellboy 3 says number 3. So cool stuff. Mag, Husk, you guys have a particular favorite?
Go ahead, Husk.
Primal.
Oh, yes, you already said that. Yeah, Primal.
Yeah, I mean, it just was... Dude, it was so far off the beaten path.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievably so, and they did so fucking good with it. And I saw 1 or 2 people in the chat say they haven't played it. Go fucking play it, dude. I'm not even joking. Play it.
I haven't played it either. And
Are
you know what?
Fucking kidding me?
I've never played it.
I'm going to tell you this. I fraud it out because that game has been on sale for like $10-20 more times than fucking Mag's female character just got hit on the past week.
I was just thinking to myself, I don't know if I want to play a game where it looks like I'm a Far Cry version of Fred Flintstone. You know what I mean?
Yo, dude, I'm telling you right now,
they're raping your wife.
I don't know, Bard. God damn it, Fred.
God damn it, Barney. Yeah.
Come on. No, seriously.
That was the first bad impression I heard from Noob.
What are you doing, Fred?
Yeah, I could probably do
You
Barney.
sound fucking stupid.
Yeah, you got your voices
Hey,
mixed
Fred.
There you go. Son of a bitch. No, seriously, fucking play it. It is worth your time. I swear it. It is. It's a change of pace, and it's fucking. You're a fucking. You're a Neanderthal, more or less. You're not. Well, you're more like a native before we took all their shit. Like, it's kind of what it's like. I don't know. Maybe that's why I liked it.
I hear the back door opening. Oh, who we got? Drum roll, please.
Shit.
One and all, welcome the one, the only, the charismatic, loud, and proud, awesomest girl in gaming. Tiash and Luca is here. Woo!
Hey, what's up, guys? How's my mic sound?
You sound
You
great.
sound
Solid.
wonderful.
Oh, okay, great. What's up, boys? How's it going?
Anything's better than Titan's voice, so it's perfect.
There you go.
There, Luca's the one that should be in Titan Drago's corner and go one-on-one. I got a feeling she'd put him down in the 3 rounds straight.
She wouldn't even have to say anything. Just show up.
Probably.
2 rounds. Yeah.
Sure.
We got some great people in the chat. Dragon's TV is in here. What's going on, Dragon? Chef Trouble is in the house. Oh, she's keeping an eye on you, Mag, making sure you close that freaking door.
Don't worry, the child safety's off.
Dragonheart Yobi, Draven Nero, what's going on? Guys, Dreadpool is in the house. HR Bomber, Terrence Tate, Pure Flack Monkey, Sassin Lupa, Slinky M, RG Viper X, guys, Cerebral Paul, man, J Slayer J, the Who's Who in here. Jesse Darby's hanging out. Fastback, great crew, guys. Thanks so much for being here. And yes, the surprise guest is the one, the only Ashen Lupa, guys. I wanted to pull her in because our next topic, if you didn't guess already, about female game characters. If you haven't been paying attention in the last 4 or 5 days, especially since the Sony thing on Horizon Zero Dawn there. What the hell did he call those things again? The Sony
State of play.
State of play.
That's it.
So Horizon Forbidden West, fantastic looking game. Unbelievable. Anybody that says otherwise, I don't know, man, you better go to the doctor and get your freaking eyes checked because the game looked absolutely stunning. But of course, there's been some commotion over Aloy. And with that, there's been a lot of commotion about female characters in general. I mean, especially on Sony platforms over the past little while, there was a lot of commotion about, well, there's always been a lot of commotion about, my God, where's my brain gone tonight? What's the main character in The Last of Us? What's her name? Ellie. And then, of course, the other one, Abby. Ellie and Abby, there's been a commotion over them. Ellie, kind of looks a certain way. Abby looks a certain way. Aloy apparently now has kind of gotten chubby and looks kind of old and boring. I don't know. Like, you're hearing a lot of this stuff on social media. Probably a lot of it's for shits and giggles and clicks and different things. But it does kind of bring that to the table. Like, I mean, back in the day, guys, female characters were few and far between. Lara Croft was the one that broke the mold and came up, but Lara Croft was largely sexualized in her first video game arrays, where she wore a lot of skimpy outfits, had giant boobs, was very disproportionate. Now she looks, like a kind of like a real woman, I guess you could say, and is more believable and realistic. Some people may not like that take, but that's the key is like, where do you draw the line? Because we feel like, the Dead or Alive series is notorious for sexualizing the female character with, all of the girls in that game look absolutely stunning. And they're all like, have a certain body shape and giant boobs and all of the bouncy physics and stuff. So I wanted to get everybody's take on this. It's like, do we think that female characters now are being purposely made unappealing so that way companies can avoid being labeled as, oh, well, now you're over sexualizing these characters? I mean, what's your take? Does it even matter? I mean, Husk kind of summed it up in the last one. He doesn't really give a shit if he's playing a guy or a girl as long as it's a great story. So that's why I wanted to bring in Luca, and I'm going to let her take the floor on this before she gets the guy's perspective, because as guys, we're going to look at this probably entirely different. So I want to know how she feels on this matter. Luca?
So I personally go with the belief that the person who designed the character, so the artist, they should be allowed to make the character look however they want the character to look, That goes with Aloy looking however she looks. And then there's characters like, Lady D from Resident Evil. She's got big bitties, all right? She's got a thick ass. She's looking good, man. Right. And I think both characterizations are perfectly fine. Like, in my opinion, it goes both ways. You're either okay with it or you're not. So if you are okay with creators and you go about the entire thing like, oh, they should be allowed to make the characters look however they want to look when they over sexualize them, then you should be okay with them deciding to make the characters look not over sexualized, plainer, different. Like, for me personally, I went back, I rewatched the gameplay, and it's like a certain screen cap. It's like one screen cap. She's sitting there, she's waiting, and she's contemplating her next move. You know what I mean? And people have taken that and they've blown it out of proportion, in my opinion. I think that it's unfortunate that the focus is on how she looks and not how amazing and vibrant and beautiful the world looks and everything around it. Now, like I said, I personally found Horizon Zero Dawn to be boring, so I didn't care about it. And I've never found Aloy attractive, so I don't care one way or another how she looks. But I can understand why they decided to design her in that way and not with the whole where's the makeup at. I mean, it is a apocalyptic setting, so it's just kind of like
makeup just doesn't fit.
exactly.
Yeah, what the
like,
fuck is that argument anyways? Makeup
Yeah.
in a fucking post-apocalyptic world? Like, what the hell is
Yeah,
wrong
it's
with
like-
people?
that's just not the focus of where that character is at, you know what I mean? And like this whole idea that Sony is trying to desexualize characters. I mean, if anything, it's Neil Druckmann has a very specific vision for his games, you know, and the characters in his games. And I know that he is like a self-professed feminist, and unfortunately he's taken cues from the nut job Anita Sarkeesian. So, you know, his perspective is skewed one way, and that's fine. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, it's his game, and however the artists decide to design the characters, that's how they decided to design the characters. It is what it is, you know. Whether or not they're trying to perpetuate some sort of idea, it is what it is, you know. It's whatever to me, in my opinion. But for Horizon Forbidden West, the game looks absolutely phenomenal, and I think people are like completely blowing everything out of proportion when it comes to this idea that characters are not allowed to be sexy anymore. Like, once again, I will bring up Lady D. Do you know how many lingerie mods I've seen of her already? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like people were thirsting after her ever since they revealed the Resident Evil Village demo or video or whatever, the trailer. So it's like they're still making characters that are sexy. They're just, you know, some studios are deciding to go a different route with their characters. Like in Mortal Kombat, they've decided to add a little bit more clothing to the girls, which perfectly fine with me, you know. However they want to design them. We're in a different era, and it's very PC right now. It's very outrage culture, in my opinion. I think people get way too upset way too quickly over things that are not a big deal. I think there's a lot of misconceptions.
Hearing you say that makes me happy.
Well, I mean, it's the truth, you know.
It is. It's a straight up truth.
You know, it's just really unfortunate that things just can't be one way or another, you know. Like I said, I've always been someone who's been very middle of the road when it comes to a lot of topics, but overall my viewpoint is, if the creators and the artists wanted to make Aloy look the way she looks, that's fine. Just like it's perfectly fine for Lady D to have them triple days, you know.
Got to get that fly swatter.
Big long nails. You know, I agree with you too, Luca. Like one of the things, obviously, that was definitely missed along the lines as well was just the fact, like, how come nobody really brought to attention how detailed she is in the sequel, like how realistic her face is, regardless of whether she's changed, gotten older, maybe put on a couple of pounds. And fuck, who doesn't get older and put on pounds? Heck, I'm not nearly as attractive as I was back in the day. Perhaps I was never attractive, but you know, it's like somebody said, it's like all these game characters taking flack from people that fucking look like fucking Jabba the Hutt in their basement. You know what I mean? It's like, who the fuck are we to be like talking about people's looks and game characters? It is what it is. And most of the time, anyway, you're staring at them from back on their fucking ass or whatever. So you don't really, other than the cutscenes, I think the game looks phenomenal. I thought the first game looked phenomenal. Other than, Aloy kind of looked maybe a little more plasticky looking, perhaps. I guess all the characters did, a little bit shiny in the first game, but obviously you can see that, you know, the lighting, the textures, facial detail and animation have come a ways since then. You know, I don't know. Did we ever hear a lot of flack about how Kate looked? I mean, in terms of Gears of War, since that would sort of be one of Xbox's representatives.
No. Well,
people were kind of happy with her, or just, I mean, people didn't like her as a character, but I never heard a lot of flack on her.
I never saw anybody bitching about it.
I didn't see anyone talking about how she looked. So,
well, compared to the other Gears people, I mean, she's a rail.
What, a rail?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's
like
she's skinny, but those other Gears characters look so disproportionately ridiculous. Like they look like they're 5'5" tall and 5'5" wide.
Yeah,
like they literally look like they're walking like fucking squares with like a head on it, and like, you know, most of the dialogue is And I'm like, okay. And then you got Kate coming along, and I'm like, hey, someone who speaks English, fantastic. You know, and I don't think a lot of people had a problem with it because I think she was so much, you know, it took away from a little bit of the machismo from the game. Sorry, I'm not making fun of Gears, guys. I'm just having a, you know, cracking a few jokes here. But now that I got the mic, can I go off a bit on this?
Go, bro. Take it over.
Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to get all excited. But let me tell you something. I said this last night to Boom. Okay, I said, I bet you, and you know what? I have a feeling some people didn't like what I said, but I don't care. I said it anyway. I said, half the people complaining are virgins. Yeah, the hot tub chick. Yeah. Oh, who's that?
It looks better than the Mag's hot tub chick. That's for sure.
Oh, that's for sure. Let me tell you something. Half the people complaining are virgins. The other half are assholes. Okay, I'll just say it plain and simple. All right, that's what I'm seeing right now. And you know what the thing is?
Sometimes virgins have to fuck assholes.
Well, at some point, maybe themselves. But you know, the thing is, here's what I see. These are the same fucking people who are complaining about Craig, which was like a 1/100th of a second of a frame that happened to pass by, and someone screenshot it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, look at these graphics. Fine, the graphics weren't the best when we saw them
and
too,
zoomed in times 100.
Exactly, right? It was utterly ridiculous. Or the same person who zoomed in, X times 1,000 to zoom in on a headlight to show that the Forza Motorsport. Look at that! They didn't even animate the headlight. And I'm like, guys, come on, man.
Pixelated it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, right? So, but anyways, back to the female situation. You know, the way I look at this is that, you know, Lucas said it too. If this is your vision, if this is what you want to do, then you go ahead and do it. You know, but you cannot complain about some forms of realism, okay? And when you look at someone like Ellie, and you look at someone like Abby, for example, like I'm replaying Last of Us 2 right now on the PS5 because it's got the 60 frames per second boost and everything else. And the graphical update looks unbelievable and plays incredible, right? So I'm playing through it right now. Now, these two women are in the middle of a post-apocalyptic, war-torn, completely destroyed planet. Allow me to go put on some fucking mascara first before I head out. You know, it's like, oh shit, there's a bunch of clickers outside. There's a couple of like factions trying to murder us and beat the shit out of us and cut our limbs off and hang us in the forest. Hold on, honey, I got to put on some foundation before I head out. Like, come on, man. They're going to be covered in mud, blood, dirt, grime. They're not getting sun, so they're really pale and like sick looking. They're malnourished. This is what you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That is what would happen if you're out there. So I applaud them for the realism. And I never looked at it as a situation where like, oh man, Ellie's not sexy. Like I never thought that at all. Because when a story grips you, you should be, you know, looking into that situation, looking into that character and feeling what they're feeling, experiencing what they're experiencing. And if you do the storytelling well, you shouldn't question sexuality or any of that kind of stuff. You're invested in the character and what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I see. Another one, like, you know, the other things too, Luca mentioned it as well about Mortal Kombat. I mean, look at that situation. When you 2020 is hindsight is 2020, but like, you know, you look back at like Mortal Kombat, think about how silly it is. Think about how silly it is. Great game. I mean, I absolutely adore it. Obviously, I've played every Mortal Kombat ever made. However, you think back and you think about like Milena fighting for her life against a monster, but make sure she's wearing a purple thong shoved way up her ass and 7-inch stilettos. Like, who shows up to a fight like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then all of a sudden now they're wearing like actual, I don't know, clothes that you would wear if you were going to a fight, you're going to battle, right? That kind of stuff. Like that makes sense to me. Kate, Gears of War, Gears 5, same thing. Like it's all kind of good, you know. And then the Lady D situation, you know, that was the character, great character. I mean, that's got to be one of my favorite Resident Evil characters ever. But the funny thing is, I actually never looked at her body or her breasts or anything like that. I just loved her as a character, because I love that sort of 1930s throwback. You know, with the big wide brimmed hat, she had the cigarette holder, you know, that whole look. And she had the gown. Like she looked like she just walked out of a smoky jazz club in the 1930s kind of vibe, right? I wasn't looking at her ass. I wasn't looking at her tits. Now that people mention it, I'm just like, oh yeah, they're pretty damn big or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I wasn't looking at those kind of things. And I just, whatever. I was.
As his wife is in the chat.
What's that? Yeah, my wife's in the chat.
Trouble. I wasn't looking.
Hey man, don't worry. I'm not afraid of her. Okay, I say whatever I want in front of her. It's always been that way. But another thing that the other thing that kind of bothers me. But then you got games where these guys, like, I don't know, they get their rocks off on it. When you get games like Dead or Alive, where like you get all these little Japanese girls in their bikinis and they're like way over proportioned breasts, and they're like
hashtag physics.
Throwing punches, and their boobs are flopping up and down in slow motion. I'm like, this is just gamer porn.
They
for,
wink
like,
and
weird
a
guys.
titty hits the bottom of their chin. It's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, this is just
that's what they.
It's
like,
weird.
man.
I get that, but it's weird.
Do you guys ever notice
I'm
how
sorry,
many
for me, it's weird.
those kind of games are on the Nintendo Switch of all fucking consoles? It blows my mind.
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
You go on the store, the Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch got all these games that basically like the anime, like really scantily clad anime characters. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is pretty fun. Well, that's Japanese
in Japan
culture,
is
though.
very different.
That's
I
a
was gonna say, the
cultural
Japanese culture.
thing, dude.
That's like a subset of the culture. It's not the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Like for me personally,
I'm all for it.
I don't have any interest in like Dead or Alive or any of those kinds of games myself, or Senran Kagura or anything like that. But it's like, for the people in the West who are complaining about characters being desexualized, you have somewhere to go, like it. Unfortunately, people seem to be under this belief that everything should cater to them all the time, and that's just not the case, Like, I saw someone say, why is Sony making all their female leads look like men? What female leads does Sony have that's not under Naughty Dog,
Right.
Like, that Naughty Dog has a very specific way of designing their characters. But an Aloy does not look like a boy, no matter what people are saying.
What lead character specifically looks like a dude? Neither of the chicks from The Last of Us
Abby
2
looks like a girl.
could you look at and be like, that's a dude. No.
Abby totally looks like a female. Just people were obviously making a big thing about, well, she's muscular. But you know what? I mean, obviously, if you watch the game too, it even explains because she worked out a lot, right? It even has that section in the game. So, and obviously, I mean, if you're going to be more muscular and probably cut if you're living like that, trying to defend your life versus, these strong creatures and shit. Like there are lots of athletic, muscular women out there. I mean, comes to mind. Look at what's her name, Serena Williams. She's a tennis player, but look at her. Like, fuck, she's built.
She could beat the living fuck out of either of us. Yeah.
Same.
I see nothing wrong with her body. She's an amazing tennis player, but you know what I mean? So, to each their own. But the one thing that people forget too is that video games are trying to blur the line between games and reality now. They're starting to get closer to movies. And I think what makes people like and basically care about these characters now is that they start to feel like characters that you can identify with. Like Ellie almost seems like the girl next door. Like these characters are more realistic now. They don't all seem like they're either superheroes or super accentuated. You know what I mean? Like it starts to make people care more because the character feels like somebody you can relate to, as opposed to, oh my God, like say like Duke Nukem, for example, like badass, bigger than life. Oh, like that kind of like nobody out there really exists like that. You know what I mean? So when you have characters that you can identify with that look like real people, like people that in your life, it just makes the games, I think, resonate more. We had a super chat coming in from my good buddy Ryan Gallo. He drops $3.99. Hey, Newfound panel, sorry I'm late to the party. You're never late. You're always great, Ryan. Thanks for the super chat and thanks for stopping by. Yeah, go ahead. I've said my part.
I want to speak on this real quick.
There's another super chat, bro. Just real quick.
Nope. Snag it.
The doctor.
The doctor.
My vote for Husk taking on Titan tonight.
Oh, there you go. You got a vote.
Dun,
The
dun,
doctor.
dun.
Thanks, doctor.
Ba-bum.
Thank you, Luke. for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
All right. So let's just say, like, all right, something people tend to forget is that when they make when you make a video game, like, it's not. There are a lot of differences between movies and video games, but camera angles aren't one of them. Okay, so not only was that fucking screenshot that's haunting the internet right now, not only was it perfectly placed and probably skipped through frame by frame to find, for one, she's way hotter than fucking Greg ever was. All right, let's just go with that. Everybody's been picking this thing apart, like it's a lot of fucking Xbox centric people doing it. Okay. Like they're still looking and hunting for that one thing to get back for Craig. You know, like who gives a flying fuck, man? Let it go already. But seriously, it is. It's a derpy angle on a face shot, like we've talked about, with no makeup and zoomed in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. All right, for one, and for two, it doesn't matter. It straight up doesn't matter what the character you're playing as looks like, feels like, it doesn't matter. None of that matters because it's not your art direction. You're not the one that wrote this story, that did all the concept art. You're not the one that spent years of your life putting this together. You got to remember, they did this for you. All right? They did this for you and everybody else that loves it. Quit your self-entitled bullshit. Grow a fucking pair and stop being a bitch.
There you go.
Plain and simple. It's time for me to take a piss. I'll be back.
All right. Speaking of the pisser, Titan Drago, you want to jump in here? You got anything further to add? Does anybody have anything further to add before we move on to Arnold's segment of the night?
Yeah, get your Arnold questions. Start thinking of your Arnold questions now. I'm not going to go too long on this. I just want to have a little fun with this. So, Luca, if you were put into a game with your likeness, right? Would you care how they portrayed you, or would you not care? Would you want them to stay more realistic to your body type, style, etc., or would you want them to go like balls out, balls against the wall, more craziness with it? What would you prefer?
As long as whatever they choose to do doesn't come back at me, I'm fine with it. In the sense that it's like impossible. There were people. Let's see here. When it came to, because Abby, Dinah, and Aloy are all based off real women, right? And I haven't seen anyone say anything about these particular women, despite the fact that their likeness has been used, right? People are usually like, oh, they're actually prettier than what you see in the game or whatever. So as long as like people leave me alone, they would be, depending on the contract, they could do whatever they want. So,
all right, that's cool. Yeah, because I was playing Conan Exiles with the wife and kids earlier, and I shit you not, I saw my wife coming from a mile away. Let me tell you, like her breasts were bouncing like Pamela Anderson on Baywatch. Okay, a mile away. She made her own character. We met up, and I was like, "Damn, babe," So I can tell that's how she would want to be portrayed. But when it comes to this thing, like people find any reason to nitpick. And
that was in the game.
Yes, Conan Exiles. Yes, the game. Yeah.
Was it in real life? It wasn't your wife coming behind you?
No. No. You've tried to get me in trouble. But anyways, there's different levels of like butch when it comes to like, female protagonists in video games. Like you got like Lara Croft, right? She's like butch in her own right. She's got the curves and all that, but she's still, very, let's call it athletic, right? And then you got like, Ellie, and you got your Aloy Horizon 0 on a scale of 10. You know what I mean? So, and that's not a knock at all. I mean, she's probably eating dinosaur meat, and then that's just probably laden with fat. So I think it's like great that they stayed true to the diet of the scenario of what the game is.
She's eating metallic dinosaurs?
Well, I'm trying to make a joke and you're ruining it.
Well, the best part about Abby was she was a complete contrast to Ellie. And that was the thing. Well, I don't know if ever we draw that scenario, but she was the complete opposite. You know what I mean? But they had very similar reasons for doing what they did, but yet were very opposite characters.
Yeah, and you also have to remember that they've changed their art style for Horizon Forbidden West, so maybe that just her look just translated into that in that particular way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Overall, it's like you guys, not you guys, but like you guys have to remember that this is like a real person actually designing this character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like it's a frame by frame by frame. Like, because in a separate frame, she looks different than how she looked in that particular frame they're posting.
Yes.
And the whole Craig thing, and like, yeah, I was talking to one of my boys the other day, and he was just like, well, they made fun of us for Craig. I'm like, dude, if I think something is dumb, I'm not going to go out of my way and behave the same exact way that someone else behaves when I already think what they're doing is stupid. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
Totally.
you a hypocrite. Yeah.
It's like somebody that pauses a video of you when you're turning your head and you kind of look really funny, and then they capture that one spot where your eyes are rolling and go, "Look at this fucking goofball." It's like, yeah, but they're doing that. They're picking out that one frame, that one magnified picture, and then and then that blows up and becomes a meme and a fucking topic in itself.
They do that in the news. Just look at any political figure. Have you seen that on the news? And they take they take like a really unattractive screenshot of them looking utterly ridiculous, but they might have been in the middle of a word, and then and then it looks like they've got like this open slack jaw and like white eyeballs, and they look really weird. I mean, you know what I mean? They did it. I mean, they do it on everybody. They do it to all the political figures. They did it a lot to Trump. I mean, even though Trump was, he would make funny faces anyway, just talking, but they would freeze frame shots to make him look like a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? And so and then they're like, look at how stupid he is. And they do it up here in Canada. Like they do it to, to our prime minister. They do it to the premier of Ontario. Anytime that they like get a freeze frame of them looking ridiculous, they snap that, they put it right on the news, and it makes them look bad, right? That's just part of the shtick, know? So like,
look, Trudeau's drunk again, kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We got a couple of super chats before we continue. Resident Link drops $4.99. Late to the show. Sorry I'm late. Hope everyone is doing well in the chat and panel. P.S. Mag, my friend, I'm still trying to be brave. Thanks for that super chat, Resident Link. Greatly appreciate it. Not sure what that's all about, but I'm sure Mag can break it down. We got Royal Boyle is in the house. What's going on, Royal? He says, what's good, GAD panel and chat? They should just replace Aloy with the chick Mag has been using in his hot tub the other day. Just my opinion. There you go. There's the comment of the night right there from Royal Boyle. We're going to replace Aloy with Meg's hot tub chick.
Man, she's becoming famous.
Trent Kill Will, what's happening, guys? Joe Dunmore still hanging out with us. Jesse Darby, Turtle Shaddai is in the house. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Pixelbit G is here. What's going on? Jay Slayer J, good crew here again tonight, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Terrence Tate, appreciate it, guys, and thanks for coming out to catch Luca as well, who made a special appearance. The guys didn't even know she was coming on the show. I reached out to her kind of like last night, and I'm thinking, man, like I can't really do this segment without at least getting a who I respect in the community, someone who can articulate and has strong feelings and opinions to come in here and do this. I appreciate that. Luca, it's up to you how long you want to stay. I know you got to work and stuff, but I appreciate you being here. And I think everybody else was happily surprised that you're here with us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, just one more thing I want to say is that you guys are doing a great thing here. You're killing it, Noof. I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy. You're one of the people who welcomed me when I first joined the community. So it's nice to see that you're zooming, if you know what I mean, and you're doing great things with the boys.
Still baby steps, but we're getting there.
No, you're doing really good, especially in comparison to other people. So you guys keep it fun, you keep it chill, and there's no bullshit in the chat, which is very nice to see.
Bullshit in the chat's a big thing.
Our chat is awesome. I honestly, God, man, I've been in a lot of chats for a lot of podcasts, whether I'm guesting somewhere else or whatever, or even just watching. And our chat has got to be one of the most positive, fun, happy, hilarious chats I have ever witnessed on YouTube, hands down.
Yeah, they keep it legit.
It's definitely very positive in comparison to some.
I'm sure Luca gets some real doozies on the Scumcast for sure.
I do get some people.
Oh man, they came after me on that show. The one time I was on her show, who the fuck is this guy? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I haven't even said hi yet. And I'm like, Scumcast for sure. Holy
I always tell my guests to just ignore the chat. Like they're very passionate people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, like, no tea, no shade to that guy whose post blew up or whatever. But like me personally, if you have to like point out the fact that you're an alpha, then you're a beta, as they say. So
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go. That's the one for the night. That might be the Common Back to Sense Award winner tonight there, Titan.
That was brilliant. I like that a lot.
Mhm.
all right. Okay,
All right.
boys, I will catch y'all for another one. Thanks for having me. Sorry I can't stay later, but
No,
yeah, I got it.
that's okay. Appreciate you being here for this, and we'll get you back on one of these nights, and definitely get you on Good Morning Xbox as well.
Oh yes, for sure. Okay, catch you guys later. Peace.
Later, Luca.
Later.
Yeah.
There you go, as we were graced with her presence, the one, the only, the Ash and Luca. Catch her on Scumcast on Saturday afternoons. Always good stuff. Make sure you follow her on Twitter, the Ash and Luca. That simple. She's got all the links there, and I've linked her Twitter handle down below in things. So go check that out.
She should be my first female on the creator feature. That's what she should be.
Bring her on, man. I'm pretty sure she's game. She loves this stuff.
She probably would be.
She's come a long ways, man, from when she started here. Let me tell you, she's blown up pretty big. She tells it like it is, man. That's one way or the other. Whether you agree with her or you disagree, she gives it to you straight. So, and she'll put you in your fucking place. She's put me in my place a few times and reeled me back in when my fucking fishing rod was halfway out in the middle of the goddamn ocean. So, I knew.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Yeah, stay even keeled, man. Stay in your lane, and because they'll come gunning for you. So, yep, good stuff, guys. All right, but anyway, any further thoughts on this before we bring in Arnold?
No, sir.
I think we're there. You go. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. Just go play games. Doesn't matter what the fucking character looks like, as long as the game is fun. At the end of the day, hell, they're all fucking ugly and biomutant, and that game looks like a total blast. So there you go.
They're
ugly and
blast.
cute. Yeah, they're ugly and kind of cute at the same time. So there you go.
And cute.
Hey, what's her name? Lady Dimitrescu. She's fucking fantastic too until she hits her final form. You guys have seen?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
We won't say anything.
No, that's all I'll say.
That's it.
Arnold.
We'll leave it there.
Bring Arnold out.
Arnold's
Bring
in.
Arnold
Arnold's in.
I got a question for Arnold.
Arnold is in the building. Who's got the first question of the night for Mr. Arnold? We'll do 2 or 3 questions here, probably.
I got one for you, Arnold. After seeing the screenshots of Aloy, would you have sex with her?
Absolutely. She's still a female. She still got to see the boobs, and she's not too bad, she's not overly fat or anything like that. So she's still rocking it, you know what I'm saying? And of course, she's probably got stamina for days after having to run from out of those fucking metal dinosaurs. So I would imagine that she could really get on top of you and ride you like she rides all of those fucking creatures and shit like that. Maybe she'll stick her fucking rod up your asshole and fucking turn you on the other side. She's great. At the end of the day, guys, you can fix anybody that's ugly with the paper bag. I've used it on many occasions. You draw a face on there and you pretend they're whoever you want them to be.
Oh, fuck.
Fantastic. Titan, you got something?
Yes, I do. Fuck, kill, marry. Okay? Fuck one, kill one, marry another one. All right? Mag's Twitch streamer, Ellie, or the freaking the what's her name again? I could never remember her fucking name.
Aloy?
Hey, yes, thank you.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You want to fucking kill Mag's girl because, honest to God, that's the kind of shit that nightmares are made out of. I thought it was Wendy from the fucking burger company that just lost all of her weight to an anorexic, grew a fucking beard with the big blue eyes, and it was just like, what the goddamn is this crap? She's going to give me a fucking fur burger, all right, but it's not the kind that I want. Yes, I would kill that one to get the memory out of my head. Now, I would definitely have to marry Aloy. She seems like the kind that would settle down, and of course, she got the big rosy chubby cheeks now. She looks like the Marion kind. You just want to settle down and have kids with her. And the other one, who was the other one that you mentioned?
Ellie.
And, oh, goddamn. No, I guess you'd have to just fuck Ellie and get her out of your memory. Get her out of there completely. No, I would have rather take Abby than Ellie, because Ellie just really she creeps me out. She's just kind of weird. And then she's always dragging around with Joel and shit, and she's kind of possessed and kind of weird. Not to well, I suppose, Ellie's not so bad because at least she's bisexual or something. So, we could have a little bit of fun. There's always threesomes are always great. I mean, I've got a donkey and I've got Ellie, and we could make something happen there. Yeehaw, yeehaw, let's do it.
Oh my god. Chat, what do you guys got for me? Hey, Arnold.
Oh.
What metal dinosaur would you be in Horizon Forbidden West?
I would have to be the alpha predator. It'd be one of those big fucking things, you know, that look like the Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever the hell they are. Just be coming down and chasing your ass all over the place. You'll be running like a little girl, just screaming, running in the corner. That's what I want to do. You go big or you go home. You don't want to be the little watchers. They go around with the little headlight and you shoot them and they tip over and then you grab all of the shit and you run to another location. You got to be the big dog in the house. That's what I would want to be. So that's where I'd go.
Freaking Jesse Darby, man. All right, Arnold, when is Titan going to win another one?
Titan is probably going to win another one soon. I think I can feel it in my bones that he's ready for a victory. I think that's why he hasn't been here that often, because he's preparing. He's really bulking up his material. And I think, you know, he's dying to have Cerebral Paul come back on here. He's going to roll him into another victory. That's what he's going to do there. Cerebral Paul, you look under, you come back on the show. I get the feeling Titan Drago going to kick your ass in the next time around. He already kicked my ass once. I'm ready to do a rematch at some point in time. Probably will. Just not this week. I've answered enough questions. We'll take one more from the chat or from the panel, and that's it.
All right, one more.
My question is, what the fuck?
You fuck everything is what the fuck. This one, you fuck that one, you fuck this one over here. You know, and that's what you do. You know, after a while, Nukem, he told me a story one time. That's what he did. And then the first girl that he ever had sex with, he just got tired of waiting and said, "You're going to fuck or what?" And he got laid. Dirty bastard. Normally you get slapped in the face, but this fucker got laid. But anyway, that's what you do. You fuck this, you fuck that, you pull your pants down, you poke it in the hole. But you got to give it to her good, give it to her straight. Don't make her go away pissed off. Make sure that she comes, because she wants to come back. If you're going to screw her for an hour and she ain't coming, you're doing it fucking wrong. So take it, your pecker. Wipe it off, get back in there and do it better. But make sure that she's having a great time. It's great advice. Do not leave the ladies hanging. They want to be wet. That's what you got to do. Make them wet. Go down on them. Fuck the shit out of them. And when they're smiling at the end of the night, you've done your job and they will want you back.
That's better dating advice than I heard. Freaking hey, Tony, man. Arnie's giving you a run for his money over here, man.
You better take it easy, Titan. You've been nice all night. Now all of a sudden you're coming after Tony.
Hey, man, I just call it how I see it, man.
You've been nice all night, like a good dog in the corner.
Oh, shit.
And then all of a sudden you had to come over and start nibbling on my ankle.
Arnie, when given the choice when gaming, do you choose a male character or a female character?
Look, male characters are too easy for me. I don't want to do it. Plus, none of them really look like me. I mean, they're all kind of scrawny. They got the weird beards and all that shit. And I'm not against the beards and stuff, but I don't want to be a dude. I want to be a really sexy woman with a great bottom. I want to.
He's saying he goes balls deep all the time. He doesn't need to do it in a video game.
That's right. I don't need to do it in a game. I want to be the girl. I want to stare at a great ass, and I want to see her pipes as she's pumping down her AK-47 on your ass, and she's giving you a kick in the balls. That's what we need more of in these video games. Is we need a special maneuver where she just kicks you in the balls. I think maybe they have that something like that in Mortal Kombat. You know, kick them in the balls, watch the gonads rolling out. I don't know, but anyway, I want to be a lady in the games.
Excellent questions this week, everybody. There was a lot. Yeah, we had. Man, there was a lot in the chat.
Aaron will be back same time next week. There you go. Get your questions ready. Thanks again so much for the questions, guys. We're going to move the show right along. We got some more great topics ahead of us here. Let's get down into it right here, right now. Let's see where we're at here, guys.
That just shows how much they love your skit there, man. Like, look at all the questions. Like, man, we couldn't even get to them all. So many.
Yeah, all right, awesome. Indeed. So, some beloved, if you happen to be a fan of Need for Speed games, especially if you happen to have a place in your heart near and dear to some of the older titles, you might want to get them now, or definitely pick up your copy, because they are coming down and they're going to be lost in limbo. It looks like a developer is taking down several of the titles, including Need for Speed Carbon, Need for Speed Undercover, Need for Speed Shift, Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed, and Need for Speed The Run. They're all getting delisted from the stores, but basically meaning that you won't be able to access them online or get them anymore. So let me just see here. After today's delisting, the closure of the in-game storefronts, players can access the online components until August 31st. Beginning September 1st, 2021, the online servers will close and players will be restricted to offline mode. So Good news is, I suppose you can at least still play the game, but it sounds like they're going to be harder to get. And I know some people on that list, there might be some very good favorites in there. How about you guys? What do you think about this? Is this a sign of the times? This is kind of disturbing to you. And no, I did not fart, guys. Somebody may have farted, but it was not me. I swear.
Who gives a shit?
There's an answer.
There you go. Christ. Husk, you jump in. You summed it all up. Go ahead.
Honestly, like, I don't fucking care. That's just me. I'd have to literally go to Google and find out when these fucking games were made. Mm-hmm. The last Need for Speed I played was fucking like Hot Pursuit on fucking, or no. It was Underground or some shit. Yeah, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, we're talking 360 days.
I'm just gonna say it right now. They make a Need for Speed every 3 fucking months, so
yeah, right.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, I think that a lot of this has to do, Noof, with the licensing situation and the fact that people aren't engaging in the online community, because a lot of those games had online components.
That's right.
And obviously nobody's playing them anymore.
Shit.
Like Husk is saying, like some of these games are like 10 years old. And I mean, and the people aren't playing them anymore, and they don't have a robust community, like the Halo community Forza. Or whatever, or even Forza stuff, but or even Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty, you can go back like 8 years and there's still people on some of those servers of some of those old games.
You can go play the original Black Ops and just get shit on by hackers, but you can still play it.
You can still play.
Servers are live.
The servers are live, or even like you look at that. What's that game that awful game that they play on PC all the time? Counter-Strike. Yeah, so like those servers have been up for like 15 years.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point is obviously no one's playing them, and I also think that coupled with the fact that it also might be a licensing situation.
Absolutely.
Because you notice how a lot of these racing games start getting delisted one after another. And a lot of them, including Microsoft ones and the Microsoft racing games, and they all get delisted because of the licensing agreements they had with the cars and with the music. Yep. Right. So, so there's that. However, they did say that if you do own the game or you want to buy the game between now and then, great, go ahead.
Yes.
And you can play it offline. So you'll still be able to access those cars. You'll still be able to access the music, everything else. You're still going to get to play it. You just won't get to play the online components. So I don't think it's a big deal. And honestly, like Husk says, I don't think anybody really gives a shit. And at the same time, if there is somebody who cares, then they probably already own it and it's not really a big deal to them anymore. Like I know, Noof, you're a physical collector, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you have those physical copies somewhere, no? At least one of them, maybe?
Not a single one. The only game in that list that I actually really like was Need for Speed Shift. I never owned any of the other ones. I was basically at the point where I was skipping Need for Speed in those years, man. I just didn't really care for that franchise. After Most Wanted, I was like,
that was also a good one. But
I like those ones.
But basically, Noof, your answer is who gives a shit?
Pretty much,
basically, bottom line. Perfect. Yeah, so I don't think anybody in the community is making a big stink about it. No. They're just like, okay, they're gone, whatever. But they're not gone forever, and I really don't think that that's a trend that we should worry about, because there is that big conversation about game preservation, especially from the Microsoft side, and of course the PC, the PC crowd. Not so much PlayStation from what we're seeing. I mean, they're kind of being dragged into it, kicking and screaming, because they really didn't want to put a lot of effort into backwards compatibility. But now that they see the fans are like, "Hey, get your shit together! Everybody else is doing it." You know what I mean? So like, there's a thing there. But I don't know, man. Other than that, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I'm not gonna miss it. I ain't playing it. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. When it comes to racing games, you got to move forward. Just keep moving forward. Have some fond memories of the old ones, and just let them go.
Unless it's Forza, and then you go back a generation, and you're like,
but even Forza, like when was the last time anybody went back and played a really old Forza game? As good as they are, when was the last time? The only old racing game I'd die to go back and play again right now is Project Gotham Racing 4.
No, you're so fucking wrong. Burnout.
Oh, well, Burnout Revenge was amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how much Need for Speed fell off after Hot Pursuit. All right.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry, Titan. Go ahead.
Like Need for Speed just fell off after Hot Pursuit. Man, that game was so good. And
it was so good.
they just kind of like left it. Just all right, let's move on to something else.
Right,
Fucking-
fuck it. Let's
thrilling, man.
release a game every fucking 6
Yeah.
months and just see what happens. Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
They were pretty exciting, man. Like, you know, when you had those chases with the cops and like they had the slow motion when the cops like exploded, like their cars exploded and they're like flipped over like Matrix style in midair, and then like fucking helicopters coming in and shit.
Mhm.
That
Dude, it was
wild,
so
man.
but don't you think-
fun multiplayer being able to
the multiplayer
be the
was
cop
fun,
or
dude.
the runner. Like
Yeah.
that was what made it fun for me.
Yeah,
Like
and then
that-
Forza
I had a
came and destroyed
blast.
everything.
So wasn't that part of
Yes,
the
pretty
problem?
much.
Like Need for
Well-
Speed started as a strict racer, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it started to try to turn into some like a movie racer where they're
It was like
getting
No,
Like-
they
like the
turned
game
into
lost its
Fast
identity.
and the Furious. They
Yeah, like
tried
the-
to be a video game franchise for the fucking movie
Yo,
series.
listen, you guys wanted it, you're gonna get it.
Yep.
Oh,
he shit
it
his
was a little
pants.
one.
Well done, sir.
Noof, I believe you got a super chat about that too.
yes, it wouldn't be Gad with someone farting. But there
I
you go,
tried
you
to
guys
shit
let it off.
earlier and it didn't work.
buddy.
I'm sorry, what?
The beer will help. Don't worry.
Yes.
Dreadpool
Oh,
Smite
shit.
servers are not closing down anytime soon. Let me tell you,
They should.
they're coming out with a new
Yeah.
god like next week.
Need for Speed,
Right.
man. The biggest problem with that, like I said, it lost its identity. It was trying to be too many things to too many people. It was, like it went from the underground scene, then they went to like a racer with the cops, and then it went like it was everything. And it was trying to be Shift, or it was trying to like almost like be Forza, and then they were trying to be like a drift racer,
Fast
trying
and
to be-
Furious. They were trying
yeah,
to
it
be
was
Fast
fucking
and
all
Furious.
over the place, and then they're making them one every like it seemed like every fucking year. It was like, man, like racers are one of those things. You either got to come out and be a racer and be really incredible, or you're going to end up in the run of the mill, because it's just one of those. I wouldn't necessarily call it a niche, but if you look at your friends list, honestly, go to your friends list on any console and you tell me how many people you see on a day-to-day basis stuck playing a racer. Few
Nah,
and far
none.
between. At least for me, I can probably maybe find one or two. True Racer, yeah, that guy. I think that's all he plays is fucking racing games. But outside of him, it's like, and of course his name is True Racer, so that makes perfect sense. But outside of that, I look at my list right now. Nobody's playing a race. The only time they play them is when like the first fucking come out. For the first couple of months, you get people playing Forza Horizon or the new Forza, and then after that, they go so far, and then it just kind of goes off the radar, right?
I pick it up every once
100%.
in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I played the fuck out of it when Horizon 4 came out. I did. I dumped hours, and every couple to a few weeks, I'll pick it up and dump a few hours into it, just randomly because I want to go play a racing game. And that's how it was for me with like games like GTA and Need for Speed.
Mhm.
But the problem with Need for Speed is they will not properly evolve. You're literally racing down the same fucking streets every goddamn game. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's always an illegal street race on the same fucking roads in the same fucking cities. You can change the names all you want, but the streets and the buildings and the cars and everything looks the same.
You know what? They lost
That's the
sight.
fucking problem.
They lost sight of what made them successful. And everyone think about all the different ways they could expand upon, the cops and runners mode or whatever you want to call it.
And the customization. They were
Yeah.
good at that at one point.
Yeah, they could even expand upon that too. Like that mode is interesting and has a ton of options where they could go towards, new horizons, towards new avenues, and they could make it really intriguing. But
Think
they're
about
just not,
that game on a Grand Theft scale.
yeah, they're just not going that way. And it's like, where's the creative director on this game, on this series? Because you need to be slapped in the face. You're not being very creative.
Well, they tried with a few of the newer Need for Speeds, the ones that are made by I can't remember the name of the company, Ghost something or other.
right.
And they tried with like with some pretty intricate story modes and like revenge this and that or whatever. And like they introduce you to like this club and you meet all these characters and then all that stuff. Now they had the right idea of like trying
Fast
to get
and the
invested.
Furious, bro.
It was, but the problem was, they didn't execute it well. and that was the issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I saw was the problem. But
a lot of it is in the execution. Yeah, you could take a good idea and just not execute it very well. It's just kind of like a a play on the football field. Hey man, this designed, quarterback keeper is fucking brilliant, but then you don't execute it on the field and you lose 5 yards, so
I could also look back in the past 50 years and pick any fucking movie franchise I want and copy their fucking shit and paste it into a video game and hope it sticks when I throw that shit at the wall. That's what they did.
Well,
they went too far. Like, that's what they did. They steered away from what they originally started doing, like what they were good at. And they were like, you know what? We need to be like that fucking movie franchise that's about to make their 20th fucking movie where whatever his fucking name fucking wrecks a car or jumps out of a goddamn airplane. Now, apparently, they're fucking action heroes. Like, what the fuck, man? That's what it's because, like, yes, they've tried to build stories and characters, and you can't fucking do that when that's not who you are. And if you want to steer that direction, be original about it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking is the other reason why they probably went in these wild, radical directions. Yeah, they were trying to capitalize off the Fast and the Furious franchises, but I think that they were also panicking because then all of a sudden Forza came out.
Yeah,
and then Forza just absolutely destroyed, and they just went, "Oh fuck,
shit."
Yeah, and they're like, "Now we're screwed because we can't be. We're not on the same level as these guys." So maybe they went, no pun intended, off road, and to try to make, you know what I'm saying, like to try and like go a different direction. And they haven't been the same since Forza Horizon, not Horizon, excuse me, just Forza Motorsport came out. They have not been the same since.
Yeah, that's true.
And
they tried to get glory, but they,
the only thing that's going to get them back is creativity too. And sometimes that takes a little extra time when when you're not cutting and pasting fucking tracks like Husk said. It's going to take a little bit more time to develop for, and
you also got to get permission for that shit. I guarantee you, there's people in those studios that want to take it in a different direction, and they're just not being allowed to. I would almost guarantee it.
My thing is, every game dies, right? Every game has its lifespan, and let's look at it this way: if a game's making money, the devs and everyone they all want to keep it going, and if people are playing, then they're probably still making money. The thing is,
how dare you talk shit about Splinter Cell?
Thing is, how many people do you think are playing these games daily, right? Like, they're coming out with newer games all the time, and it's like it's time to give this one the shot, put it to bed, next, let it die, come up with something better. I wish they would do it with freaking Grand Theft Auto 5.
Maybe they're still making Need for Speeds because they're making money. They got to be still making money somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't do it. They don't do it for fun. They're like, fuck it, let's just make another one. Obviously, they're making enough money to warrant sequels. So they're just obviously not going to reach the kind of numbers that like a Gran Turismo or Forza Motorsport is going to get. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, they're making some kind of money. Someone's buying these fucking games.
Or the company itself's making enough money to justify hoping for another hit.
Yeah. But the thing for Need for Speed, they got to go back to what they did, and that's why they re-released Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, because they went back to the well. They went with one of their most successful ones, and they just revamped the game a little bit and made it shinier, new coat of paint, so to speak. And it still looks amazing today, even though it's basically a high-res version of the the 360 hit. But that was it, though. It was all wasn't about cinematics. It wasn't about trying to make a story. It was about a really good fun racer with a great car selection, a fantastic progression system where you got good cars like almost immediately right away. If there's one thing that really drives me absolutely bonkers at racing games is how like they really give you like the fucking shit right off the get go. And I kind of get it. They want you to make you earn the cars, but most of these games are like brutal. Like it takes forever to earn anything any good and all this money and stuff. And it drives me nuts, you know, like give people more stuff out of the gate. Like, my God, we're paying $80 for these damn things. You're going to pay 40 hours to try to get a half sensible car. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit definitely like plugged out a lot faster. And it had some great modes in it. So, you know, sometimes you just got to get back to the basics. You got to create your own path. Hopefully that fans like it, and then go from there, you know, like a Need for Speed perhaps mixed with, because they have, don't they have the studio or whatever that did the Burnout games or whatever? They published Burnout Paradise, did they not?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They remastered. Was it remastered?
The remaster. So why don't you
Paradise,
get those guys and combine something together?
Yeah, it would actually. You know what? That's a good idea. I was gonna shit on that because the original Burnout is just it's better, but Paradise isn't terrible. Like you don't open world a game like that. I'm just gonna say that. I've never had the opportunity to bitch about this, so I'm gonna bitch about it on your show. Burnout Paradise, in comparison to the original Burnout, was a pile of fucking shit. If that game was its own thing and named something else, yeah. But
we got a super chat.
Fuck.
Percolator drops $5. Hello, everyone. Question: am I in the wrong stream? Mag said this was the hot tub stream. Want my money back? LOL. Have a great rest of the show, guys.
Thanks, Percolator.
See, that's another example of somebody touching something they shouldn't and fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like EA does with everything they touch.
That is EA.
That's just a good example. I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's hope they don't screw up the next Titanfall. Hopefully, but I think,
dude, ooh.
Let's hope not. But
Let's
I think
not go there.
I think Respawn and Vince Zampella have already kind of laid that out for them. I don't think they're gonna screw with those guys. I don't think. At least I hope not. But we'll see.
Well, if these assholes would stop playing fucking Apex cocksmokers, then we would probably get a new Titanfall.
Yeah.
It's the new goddamn fucking Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Indeed.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, let's hope Apex Legends doesn't turn the Titanfall franchise into a GTA 6 where we're waiting forever because people just will not get off of that shit. But it's probably not going to happen. Apex is going to be around till the dawn of time. Like I said, all these seasonal games drive me absolutely fucking up the wall. But anyway, topic for another day. Any further thoughts, guys, before we get to Drago's Corner, or at least check in with Titan and see what's happening?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All done there.
I'll fucking jump in his corner. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, but I do it.
Drago, you're on deck. If Titan has or Husk has put his name in the ring, if you want to take a jab.
All right, you wanna have some fun, Husk?
You know what? Let's fuck it. Whatever.
Let's have some fun. He says. All right.
Husk wins round 1. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Maybe I should just take a knee for old Husker over here. You know.
Get her done, bro. Hammer away.
I'll throw the first round for you. Now, this week, so if you don't know Drago's Corner, we got Husk. He's I don't know if you want to call it. Yeah, let's call it a volunteer. He kind of walked in on this one, so nothing prepared for him or whatever. So we'll take it easy on him. But let's do this. Drago's Corner, round 1. New for you, ready to go? And hey,
let's go.
When we do the voting, we'll Noof will put round 1 in the chat. Then you guys will do your votes. Please try to refrain from anything during that voting time.
Yes.
And we'll count up the votes, and we'll do about 30 seconds or so. And then
don't be fucking shit biscuits.
And
that's what he's saying.
No, don't worry. They always.
When it's
there's never a second round knockout in this goddamn corner because this chat is full of freaking.
Yes.
Dickhead.
Mugs.
What we're saying is when it's time to tally the votes, just put in Titan or put in Husk. You don't need to make weird comments because it makes the fucking votes way more hard to tabulate. Because we got to go through all the other comments to kind of weed them out. So that's what we're saying.
Yeah, leave the balls and wieners out of it.
That's right.
Okay.
Just sit back and relax until after the votes are counted. There you go. Let's do this, guys. Who wants to go first? I guess
right,
you might as well go, you might as well go first, Titan, since you got to show Husk how this is done.
Well,
Give
yeah,
me a
Husk,
second.
let's give Husk a moment so he can open up his beer.
I'm gonna open up both.
Yeah, you know,
Husk, cooler.
Husk, I'm just gonna jab you a couple times in the first round and see if your glass jaw is worse than your lightweight. Okay. After we figure that out, you know. Good news, everyone. You know, Husk said that he was always available for me to beat up on him too. He said that earlier in the on the podcast. He said, I'll be your punching bag anytime, Titan. But yeah, you better slam a few really fast. Let's numb you up before you get knocked the hell out. Okay, Husk.
All right.
All right, there you go, Husk. Round one.
Roll,
Let's see what you got, buddy.
No, fire away.
That was my round, Husk.
That was your round? That was...
Wow.
Is that really what you're coming at me with? You want me to come out swinging?
I'm just going to give you a couple jabs. See if you know.
All right. I'm going to throw left hook here, and I'm gonna ask you who made your logo. I'm assuming it was you, because look, if you look at your logo, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a dick in your hand, and you photoshopped it out for a mic. I mean, you straight up unlocked your jaw for that microphone. That's definitely not a microphone. That's a dick. And if I'm not mistaken, I bet you that's Arnie's dick with how tight you're gripping it. It's long and slender. I've seen it. Had him on my show before.
Had it in your mouth before, eh?
No, on my show.
Oh, there we go.
On your show, you had it in your mouth.
Well, on my show, I had a picture of you having it in your mouth. That's why I'm referencing the Photoshop.
You daydream about me on your show?
No, you did a bad Photoshop job. Look how wide open that mouth is. You should probably put the teeth away, though. Nobody likes that shit.
Oh. That's true. I'll give you a common sense award for that one. All right, Noob, type in round one.
Round one is done.
All right, I'm watching.
Certainly got off to a fantastic sneak attack there. Took a couple of shots to Husk's nuts before Husk even knew what was happening. So round one.
I already got him dazed.
All right, Titan or Husk? Who got this one, guys? Who got round one here? Titan or Husk? Just type in Titan or Husk. Simple as that. We got
Husk.
Round one. Husk.
Oh shit.
Husk.
Oh, we got one. We got a Titan in there.
We got 2 Titans in there.
Princess Zelda, you shit.
It is 3 Titans, 4 Titans, but the rest is Husk. It's a landslide here, folks. It's a landslide. It's Husk. He crushed it. Look, Husk.
All right.
Forget it. The people have spoken.
We're going to give the first round to Husk. It's definitely more Husk than Titan. So sorry, Titan, but it looks like you have a really struggle with these opening rounds, Titan.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
I'm definitely going to win the second one. I could just walk up here and just talk about my mother and win the second round.
How dare you? She's a nice lady.
Round two. How about her? Husk, I guess it's your turn to start this one up.
Oh, am I going to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Let's just go back to your logo and talk about how small the Drago is in it. I'm just going to leave it there. It's a dick joke.
All right, Titan, you have anything to say to that?
Well, the first thing I wonder is, do we got to explain everything to this guy? Hey, first round is, I threw a few jabs at him and he doesn't know what the fuck hit him and I still lost that round? Come on, chat. Can't you see this guy's dazed and hurting? He's stumbling around in the ring. He's looking for his corner. He can't even make it to it.
Do you ever close your mouth?
Is that round 2?
We'll call that round 2.
All right, round.
That was a weak round, guys. I don't know.
That
man.
was.
All right.
He called it. I didn't.
Type
Round
it in.
two,
Let
what's
the
that
people
one?
speak.
People speak.
He said that was a weak round.
that
Mag's like,
was-
man,
that
I'm
was a-
sweating
yeah.
versing this guy, and he got these.
That round was literally stinkier than my fucking farts. Honest to God.
1, 2,
All right.
3, 4,
Oh
5.
shit! I think Titan's
six,
gonna get
six
this one.
Titans.
I told you, I know how this
7,
chat
8,
works.
9.
I tell you, I could have talked about his mother, and I would have won that round. I know
Look
the
at
way this
Titan,
chat works.
Titan,
They always want the
Titan,
round
Titan.
3.
Apparently, I won round 2. It said Mag here.
Oh.
Titan, 9 Titans. Oh, I got another
Right.
Mag in there.
Nice. All right,
Mag wins.
We're gonna give round 2 to Titans. Here we go. We
There's
got the
10
tiebreaker.
Titans in there. Titan won that one. Yeah.
Titan, you can start her up for round number 3 and let Husk see if he can finish you off. Mortal Kombat style.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I used that
sounds
joke,
dirty.
and it did not win me the round. I thought that would do. So I'm just gonna come out corny with it. I mean, this chat just makes me work for every little nook and cranny that I can get, man. Let me tell you, doesn't matter how hard I hit a guy. He sits, if he's awake. If you can spit back words at me, Husk, you're gonna win this round. Okay, if you come up with if you say any words, okay. That's how this chat works. They're against me. I'm telling you. But you know what? Husk said he never had a chance to bitch about something. You guys remember him saying that? Well, Husk, it's because nobody wants to hear you bitch about anything, okay? You're welcome for being on the show. We'll listen to your ass, okay? Anytime you want to come over here, bitch, we'll listen to your ass, all right?
Oh fuck!
I'm surprised you grew a pair during the show.
You're welcome.
I figured I would have seen more of a fight from that bitch chick Alloy in this fucking fight, man. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Ooh,
right,
calm
not
down.
bad.
God damn.
Calm down, Craig. Calm down.
Starting to come out.
I got something for your ass.
All right.
If I stuttered as much as you did when you were trying to talk shit to somebody, people would swear I had a dick in my mouth. I wouldn't have to show it in my logo.
What's that little thing you're holding in your logo there, man?
That's a beer. That's a man thing.
Man.
That's not a.
It's
That's
a man
not a
thing, all right.
photoshopped microphone.
Oh, it's a man
Come on.
thing, all right.
Just show everybody the real one with the penis. Show the internet what you're really made of, and you don't bite dicks. Who does that? You're about to take a big old bite out of a dick, and you put a mic in your hand. What the fuck?
Hey, man, I got to sing you asleep before I knock you out, man.
Uppercut, left hook, jab. You gonna jab me some more?
Just the 2 jabs did you in, man.
Yeah, jabs are like hand jobs, bro.
What?
Everybody's having a good time till nobody gets off.
Wow.
All right, final
All right.
thoughts because we're gonna close
Ding
round
the
3.
bell.
Ding ding, round 3.
There it is. Final round, guys. Let's
All
go.
right, here we go. It's coming up in the chat here.
Let's see what we say in the chat.
All right, who
round
gets this
3,
one,
All right,
guys?
Titan.
round 3, and there we go.
Titan.
Gonna be Titan or
All right, off
Casper
to the
Repair, thank
early
you.
start.
I think Titan's gonna win again.
Titan. Wait,
Oh, you're
what?
coming back.
Oh
3
shit!
Husk.
Husk
Nope,
coming
Titan,
back.
Titan,
Oh.
Titan. No,
Oh, Titan.
It is a victory. Titan wins. There's no chance. Husk only has 4 and 5 for Husk, but Titan's already crossed double digits here. 6 Husk. 7 Husk. 8 Husk. Hold on. Oh, no.
Alloy.
Titan still. Alloy.
Alloy.
Husk is crawling back here. It's 11 to 9. 11 to
Whoa.
10.
Next
Holy
vote. Next
shit.
vote.
Next vote wins. Oh my God! Somebody put something in the fucking chat.
Deadpool, you fraud.
You're banned from the
Oh
show.
shit! Ryu. Street Fighter wins.
Oh my God!
Should
Can
We
we
just need
have
one
a
more.
tie in the
And
corner?
Infinite
I don't
puts
know.
in Titan. It's
Infinite,
done.
yeah, let's go.
we're gonna give this one to Titan. It was a close one, but Titan edges out his.
Titan
second.
Bravo,
wins.
sir. Bravo.
Bravo.
Good times. Good times.
That's it.
I'm not
That's
gonna
how
lie,
it-
that was fun.
Titan basically sneaks out his victory by basically sneak attacking his opponent is what happens. So now we know Titan's fucking his method of victory is sneak attack his opponent and then let him know the fight has already started.
The jabs. The hand job killed me.
Husk made it too easy on me when he's like, what? Wait, we're starting? What?
The fuck just happened?
Yeah. He's like, the match has started and he's already teabagging your face.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like I'm playing Halo for the first time. It's cool.
Now we know. Now we know why Husk's dude's face is red.
Duke always has a couple jabs at the end of the fight toward the loser, doesn't he?
Jesse Darby really fucking wants Cletus to come back, and I know what Jesse's obsession is with fucking Cletus, but Cletus is going to have to come back on some week, I think, just to keep Jesse happy over there.
Titan sneaks in from behind.
Well, he ain't fiddly diddly. That's it. I promise you, son, I'll be back on these fucking weeks. Trust me, I get my material ready. I come back. I'm going to fight that Titan Drago again. I beat him the last time, but next time I'm going to beat him so bad that his fucking pants is going to be up on a rail somewhere. He going to be licking his wounds. He going to be running off, Titan. I'm coming for you one of these weeks, son. You just give me the heads up. I'll be in the ring, son. I'm going to wear my jock. So when you go for the low blow, I'm going to be ready for that shit. But I'm going to have my moonshine going, and I'm going to be fucking ready for you, son.
All right, I like it, Cletus. Cletus, you took a beating too, and you were like Rocky Balboa in the ring, man. You just took a beating and kept coming at me.
There's it. When you're fucking raising pigs, man, you take a beating all the time. That's what you got to do. Yes, sir.
Raising pigs.
I take some beating from my cousins all the time. God damn, it's the only way you can get any skin. You got to take a couple of knocks to the jaw first. Yep, that's how you circumcise a hillbilly. You give him a punch in the jaw.
You got to put your hillbilly hat on when you listen to Cletus every once in a while.
Shit. Oh, goddamn. All right.
Yeah, I need a little bit more shouting that accent there. I can put a little more shouting. Go down and shout there, pure flack monkey. I'll show you what I got down south. It's called a python. That's right. It's fucking a southern python, and I'm going to give you some of that shit, southern python. There you go, bitch. Now you get back in that chat. Now you guys all start acting fucking fancy.
Yeah, I think I'm 2-4 now.
Jesus.
Not 2 in infinity, Axel. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. Great stuff. We're going to do one more quick topic, then we're going to get Mag in here and Tony Baloney. Yeah, let's do it real quick.
I'm going to step out then, okay?
Yes, potentially Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6, Titan, you can take this one away. There is a lot of talk going around that. Well, Battlefield 6, we're supposed to show that off. I think it's next week, which I can't wait. Should be really good. So obviously the word going around is that it may potentially come to Game Pass day one. Now, I don't know, that just seems really far-fetched to me. I can't see it, but anything's possible. What's your take on the whole situation, Titan? Are you excited about it? And what's it going to take for Battlefield 6 to kind of dethrone Call of Duty for a change, to step out of those shadows?
Well, there was another tweet released this week. I'm going to have to find it on my Twitter real quick, but it kind of sucks that Mag had to leave because me and Mag like to have these fights on these Game Pass hills, man. Whether a game is coming day and date or not, we lost a big fight. We lost a big fight on old Game Pass hill earlier in the year, and you know what? I think we even have a better shot at this one at winning this fight, because I really do think there's been way too many like rumors and speculation and just little things here and there talking about how this game is going to be in Game Pass day and date. So give me a second. Noof, let me know, what do you think are the odds of this? Because I want to know everyone, and especially in the chat, I want to know everyone's, what's your percentage that this game is coming to Game Pass day and date? Give me a percentage, and that is from 0 to 100. Okay.
20%.
You're down that far. Okay.
I just can't see it because it's too big of this is not a small title for EA. And I just don't know how EA I mean, it's a big win for Xbox and Microsoft. Obviously, they can get it in or be a huge boon for Game Pass, but it's just such a big title. This is not something a little lesser off, and none of EA's titles have gone in like right off the hop. This would be the first one that I know of. But I mean, mind you, it didn't take them very long to get some of the big sports titles in there.
Yeah.
So it's just the day and date. I don't know.
In
Like they'll
6
want to
months.
maximize sales, especially as they're making lots of discs, like lots of physical copies, like. And then, of course, how it's perceived on the PlayStation side of things. Are they going to kind of really want to piss off, one of their biggest supporters as well with Sony by throwing it in Game Pass? And then, obviously, Game Pass will obviously be a huge boon for the Xbox platform. I mean, Microsoft has the money to throw at it, but I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems like it's something for me. Any other company, maybe, but fucking EA, just not,
When you're
just
a
not
$1 billion company, you put your money where your mouth is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Noof. This is the true testament of how Game Pass can, potentially give your game an undisclosed amount of popularity in an instant upon release. Like you're saying, like this game is so huge, does it need that in the first place? Well, maybe it does, Noof. And here's why. Because how well was the last Battlefield received, right? What and they tout the same thing every Battlefield: the great graphics, the destructible environments. No one can touch their graphics in their destructible environments. No other game. So
and a bazillion people on screen at one time.
Yep. Absolutely. All the players are there and they're taking that once again and expanding upon that, right? They're making what they do good even better. Now, since the last one did not go over too well with the community, or like how many people really loved the last Battlefield that came out? I don't know any. Do you?
Nope.
I know literally zero that love that game. They'd rather play the 2 previous games. They'd rather be playing Battlefield 4, the last Modern Warfare one, And that's how old?
Do you largely think that as well had the fact that they went with Battlefield? Well, when they went with 1 after 4, they went back and called it Battlefield 1, and it was World War 1, and then they did a World War 2. Like, do you think that was largely part of it? Because after going back to World War 1, then all of a sudden they come and do World War 2. Like World War 2 is largely improved because of the different weapons, but we were still in the World War, and I think people wanted Battlefield after
modernized.
Modernized, yeah. So I think they went back to the well a little bit too soon on the old style, and people were just like, Plus, then what is a big, again, the debate, we kind of had this at the top of the show about, well, look, you got the female character kind of dominating on the box and stuff like that. And we all remember the big stink there was about that at the time. And, and Battlefield as well, much like Need for Speed, starts losing its identity. Like people really don't know, what is it trying to be? Are they trying to do too much with this game? Are they not trying to do enough? Because we saw how they started basically making the campaigns turned into being a bunch of little sideshow missions instead of a focused campaign. Like number 4 had a pretty cool campaign. The Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 had these, I don't know what even the fuck you want to call them, little side missions just thrown in just to say, hey, we got campaign material, but they weren't fucking fully fledged.
Material is word, yeah. And because
and my computer's starting to shit the bed.
No, you're not shitting the bed. He's shitting the bed.
Oh.
It's that dick in his mouth.
We lost you, Titan. You're bugging out. You're botting really bad.
All right, so I'm going to take this over.
You can take it while his mic is coming back. I think you were foreshadowing. He's eating it already.
Dude, I tried to tell everybody, and he still won. I don't understand. Anyway, so all right, Battlefield is it's this huge, massive multiplayer experience with a damn good campaign, and they've shit the bed a couple times.
They certainly have.
Yes, compared to what they once were, like their glory days. They need to modernize. They need to evolve. That's what needs to happen. Granted, it's still Battlefield, like they're not quite the level of Call of Duty, but they're right there. Like they're on the cusp of that. Like so many fucking people love this game. It doesn't matter what they put out, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Like I loved what was it, Hardline? That's tiny derpy game they put out. I loved the fuck out of that.
That was pretty good.
It was out of their wheelhouse, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it was fucking awesome. And it died like really fast because they're hardcore I love this franchise people shat on it. Like it brought me back into the franchise. I'm not gonna lie. It did.
Noof, I was saying you're right about the.
There he is.
They missed an opportunity, right? Battlefield missed a huge opportunity by remaining in World War II for the last game. COD jumped all over the lack of modern style warfare, and they made more money than ever. Meanwhile, whilst freaking Battlefield is just sinking, their tanks are in the mud. You know what I mean? They didn't go anywhere. They didn't get any traction. It was bad publicity. So this is their real. Think about if this game does go to Game Pass day and date, the absolute positive, aura that this game is gonna have. It's gonna knock out. People aren't even gonna be thinking about that old game anymore.
Yeah.
And if everything comes to fruition, like their graphics, which they always do, and the destructible environments, and they're upgrading the player count, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Now all they have to do is make it so it's not buggy. Yeah, not buggy. Make it deliver exactly right on the core aspects of what people want from a shooter. You gotta have something that brings them back.
What people want from Battlefield.
And I'm telling you, in the summer update, that's already been hinted towards as well. And we've talked about that probably a couple months ago. That summer update has to be a completely better battle royale experience. That is what Call of Duty did, and they knocked it out of the park, and they're still knocking it out of the park with Black Ops, even though they lost me with Black Ops, and I'm sure they lost a lot of other hardcore, fans and this and that.
It wasn't.
Fact of the matter is they've made more money than ever before. Okay. And
they also have all these fucking tweens playing Fortnite.
Well, and Battlefield has to jump on that. If they
have
miss
to
out on
snag
this,
those players.
Yeah. If they miss out on this, and I'm telling you, Game Pass is almost the guaranteed way to get you there. All right. Short, sweet, like basically a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
But our good friend Mr. Tushy tweeted out with the side eyes about this tweet. Okay. And it says, damn. And then it's Mexican. So, I can't read this crap. But basically what it comes down to is Xbox Game Pass tweeted out, June is our favorite month. It rhymes with soon. And then this other person, this Mexican person or whatever, said, wait a minute. And they screenshot and it's the social media manager for Battlefield. And she literally screenshots Battlefield tweeting out October 5th. Words that rhyme with soon, June, and boom. So that's, draw your own conclusions from that you will, right? But that's why would they even be making that? That's not a joke.
Why would they respond?
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's not funny in any way. So there has to be some type of backbone to this.
If you look at what Game Pass does for games, okay, you look at the money a developer makes, and you take that into consideration, and you have pre-orders and all this shit. Think about that. If the day it releases, Microsoft says, hey, guess what? You get to play this on Game Pass. Well, DICE just made how much in pre-orders and day one purchases, and then on top of it, their player base shoots through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Day one.
And let's not
And
forget, if this does happen, Microsoft would have had to have paid a pretty penny.
Oh, they did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, they would have to pay a pretty penny, but they will make that back.
Yeah, that's
something people keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah.
when they dump even if it's not for 2 fucking years, they'll still make that money back.
How many times have you seen a product on TV or something where get the first one free? We don't care. This product is so good that you're going to want to come back and buy it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how many of us actually buy games that we play on Game Pass?
Well, if there's one year that Battlefield certainly finally stands a chance to kind of, and I don't know if it ever will, like dethrone Call of Duty. Call of Duty is such a juggernaut. Call of Duty could literally put Call of Duty could put a bow on a pile of shit and it would still be the biggest selling fucking game in the planet. That's just the way it is, and we got to face that fact.
Can we ask Arnold one additional question?
Yeah, in a sec, but let me just finish off this and just say that Battlefield has a chance to be big because I think, as far as I know, I think Call of Duty is going back to like a 1950s kind of era. So not essentially World War, but just outside of that era. So if that's true, and then Battlefield is futuristic, and they kind of get back with what they're doing, if they're doing well, and of course, if they utilize the power of some of these new consoles with some amazing graphics, I think this year stands a chance that plus Battlefield now obviously missed last year. So it's been a couple years. People are kind of now itching a little bit to get out a new one. This could be the year, and if it goes to Game Pass, it's going to be hugely successful. There's no question about it. I don't see it happening, but yeah, never say never. Can't wait to see the unveil on June the 9th. And you have a question for Arnold, and then we're going to get Mag's opinion.
Before he does that, I gotta say one thing about this, and that is about the Battle Royale. Call of Duty is so successful because they jump all over the opportunities that are out there. After Fortnite, they jumped all over the Battle Royale, and they did it right. They put so much time and effort into their Battle Royale. They made it. They didn't just cut and paste. They created and they expanded upon Battle Royale. They made they got Fortnite copying off of them with the buyback system. It was like, I don't know, like a month or two later that Epic released an update where you could, the reboot cards, right? That's from Call of Duty. That's how much they really knew what they wanted to hit. They were focused and they really knocked it out of the park. Now, Battlefield's got to do the same thing. Go ahead, Husk.
Speaking of Call of Duty, how do you feel about it, Arnold?
Call of Duty is awesome, but it could only be a lot better if I was in there. They should have Call of Duty Commando mode. I mean, just recently they put Sylvester Stallone and all of those cronies in there. So why not have me in there? Bring in Maverick. Come on in there from the Commando era. I come in there with my big square rocket launcher and I'll be blowing everybody up. It's awesome. Or maybe bring the Terminator in there, Call of Duty style, and they'll come in there and just kicking everybody's ass. I mean, heck, that would be great. Terminator, Call of Duty, you would have to shoot the fucking skin off of people and then all that kind of crap as you're walking along the battlefield. Can you imagine how cool that would be? I think it'd be pretty awesome. But anyway, I answer your question. Hopefully I gave you a great answer.
Beautiful.
And Mag, are you still there before Tony Baloney comes in? You got any thoughts on the Battlefield? What you think is going to happen here?
I've already said it before. I'll say it again. Battlefield 6 and Dying Light 2 are both coming to Game Pass.
And Dying Light 2. Holy
yes. No, I know. You can almost 100%. You could take that to the bank. That Dying Light 2 and Battlefield 6 are coming day one in Game Pass, and they will not wait till the last minute to say it because they do not want to piss off the fan base for people who are pre-ordering and stuff like that, because there's going to be a disaster of all these people canceling their pre-orders, all this other shit. It's going to cause a lot of confusion in the store. However, they may drop the news on E3, and if not, what they're going to do is they're going to wait to do a clapback on Sony, because what's going to happen is E3 is going to happen. Xbox is going to do their thing. A few weeks later, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around 3 weeks later, Sony's going to come in and try to counter it with a couple of announcements and maybe another state of play. And then that's when Microsoft's going to smack them, do the clapback in August, and then announce that these games will be coming into Game Pass. So it's going to be a back and forth right into the fall season between the two companies. But you heard it here first, in my opinion. And from things I've heard, I'm hearing that Battlefield 6 and Dying Light 2 will both be coming day one in Game Pass.
That'd be huge.
But can you call it a clapback if you ain't got nothing to clap back with?
Well, Sony, I think, is holding on to their God of War video,
Ragnarok?
and they're going to wait till after E3, and then they're going to show God of War Ragnarok, and that's going to happen after Microsoft shows their E3 because they're going to have to try and overshadow each other, right? So it's going to go back and forth, and then I think that Microsoft's going to announce some big Game Pass announcements in August for the fall season of September to December.
Nice.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, well, that
That
would definitely be
I
huge. That would be huge. It would be definitely a mic drop moment at the show. That's for sure. And speaking of E3 and stuff, next week will be basically it'll be our prior to E3 special of Gaming After Dark. So it'll be largely focused, I'm sure, on what we hope and expect to see. We were going to talk about a couple things tonight, but we are running late. So we'll just save it for next week and get the guys' opinion
just run 3 hours.
Yeah, we could.
Take
but
it easy, Husk.
I don't think Mag would enjoy that too much. Yeah, he'll have to bring in his redheaded girl there, and she'll set you straight.
Mag's got to be up with the kids in like 6 hours.
Oscar's like, yeah, bring on that red chick.
Mag, how many kids are you?
I gotta work in 5 hours. Let's do it.
Mag, how many kids are you waking up to? Because I'm waking up to over 70. Okay.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, asshole.
Yeah, wear a condom, motherfucker.
70 in his mouth.
Yeah, that sounds like a Titan problem. Yeah, and exactly. Wear a condom once in a while, scumbag. Now,
Well, this is what you could do when you don't got 20,000 diseases, man.
well, hey. Tony Baloney hasn't been here in a couple of weeks. I got a couple things I want to get off my chest.
Do it.
First things first, at the beginning of the show, I had to listen to Titan crying about this Smite server situation or update or whatever the fuck he's crying about. And you were talking about what were you drinking there? Sour cherry? After listening to that little crying episode, maybe you should change the name of your drink to Sour Pussy, because that's what you sound like. Utterly ridiculous. Yeah, Husk till dawn. You're not off the hook either, buddy. Okay? Please do me a favor. Have another fucking beer. I'm surprised that you're able to complete a sentence by the end of the show. I mean, I'm listening to you right now, and you're like, hey, Newt, like, I don't know, man. Like, where the fuck am I? I don't fucking know. Anyway, it's utterly ridiculous to see you guys. Now, speaking of which, I had to listen to that Titan, that Drago's Corner, Dragoing me through the fucking mud more like. Let me tell you something. I've heard people in a coma come up with better comebacks than you guys. I've been to funnier funerals. Jesus Christ. And by the third round, you know what? I watched Wolf of Wall Street not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure that Leonardo DiCaprio on 8 Quaaludes made more sense than you guys. Jesus Christ. Listening to you guys, you're like, hey, bud. Fucking, I don't know. And then all of a sudden you got Titan coming in going, well, you know. And I got Husk over here going, well, I'm dick or something. And I'm sitting here going, what the fuck am I listening to right now? Jesus Christ. I'm just going to do Titan Drago's Corner every week to save everybody the embarrassment. What a disaster. Now, actually, I think I got. Oh, I see a lot of laughies in the chat. Eh? You guys think it's funny? It's not funny. It actually keeps me up at night because I'm really upset. Terrible, unbelievable. But I do believe, the doctor sent me something. But anyways, actually, if anybody in the chat's got something to say first, anybody got a question for me, I could save the doctor's question for later. Any questions for the mighty Tony Baloney this evening?
You got any questions for Tony Baloney? Any love? And by the way, the doctor dropped a super chat earlier and basically said he said, the doctor, great show as always. Noof Nuka, please remind Tony to check his text. Tony, I hope you checked your text. It sounds like
I have it. I'm saving it for after. It's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else having a question for Tony Baloney this evening?
Is it Tony Taco now? What the hell is that? From Purified
Tony
Monkey.
Taco. Tony goes down on tacos every weekend, but I mean, I don't know.
We got Papa Woody. Hey, Tony, Titan wants to know if you can give him a reach around.
Huh.
Well, it's pretty hard to reach around whenever I'm reaching down, there's nothing there.
You gotta reach inside, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I heard about you. Yeah. Yeah. Any other stupid questions for Tony Baloney this evening?
Tony Baloney, do you use Manscaped from Chase Jones?
Manscaped? Ridiculous. I let it grow like it. Let me tell you something. I came out of the 70s, okay? We grow Jackson 5 afros going on down there, okay? What do you think about that's a lion's mane. It's a lion's mane. I look like Mufasa down here. It's like, the circle of life right down in my pants. Exactly. I got Mufasa going on down here. That's
Royal Boil.
Not the mag, though. The mag shaves. No, but Tony Baloney does not. Anyhow, any other questions for Tony Baloney this evening before I get to the doctor?
Yeah, Royal Boil says, Tony, is it true that the redhead in your hot tub was your hairy cousin from Italy?
Well, it would fit the bill, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but it wouldn't put me past it. But I kind of like a beard on a woman once in a while. I like being tickled a little bit. Little beard on beard action is not that bad of a deal. It's just hey, why not? Why not? You can grab those pigtails. You got something to hold on to, like handlebars on a bicycle.
Oh, the handlebars.
Why not? Any other questions before I get to the doctor's question?
All right.
Do you always have a pipe in your mouth? Is it similar to Titan Drago's issue? With always having to have something in your mouth?
Yeah, I kind of was going to go there. I says, I always have a pipe in my mouth. He's always got a dick in his mouth. Anoop's always got like a sandwich in his mouth. Some of our other guests like to eat nachos in their mouth. I don't know, whatever's going on. Unbelievable. Well, actually, now I can finally get to the doctor's question here.
Yes.
Here's the doctor's question for this evening. My God, it's like a bloody paragraph. Tony B. I recently found out before dating my girlfriend that she met an Asian guy at a nightclub in Jersey Shore and went down on his ass at a Best Western. I get that Asian guys are cool, but no play for me? Not fair, right? Oh, doctor, I guess everybody was kung fu fucking. His ass was licked like lightning. That's right. And the doctor was at home jerking. That's what happens when you're too slow and you don't take care of your ass, doctor. You know what? You should have shaved. You should have waxed. You should have made it look pretty and nice and everything else. And then you would have had exactly what he had. But guess what? You didn't. So now you're here every single week complaining that nobody's licking your ass. Well, that sounds like a you problem, my friend. So maybe you should manscape. How about that? Why don't you go out and get Manscaped? Seeing that I know who you are and where you live, maybe Manscaped will be showing up for your birthday this year. Maybe you could get on that situation, and then we'll take it from there. Anyways, any other questions before Tony has to leave for the evening?
Sounds like you need some Nair for that hair.
Sounds like it. 1, 2, 3, rip.
Oh, fuck.
Tony, you use too much teeth, bro.
Nobody wants to eat an ass with hemorrhoids.
Don't bite it.
Well, any last question? Last question from the chat. Anybody has one more? And
one more question for Tony Baloney for the evening.
Anybody else? Hey, what's going on, Dravenero? Glad to see you here, man.
Come on, chat.
Come on, chat. Anybody else? Anybody have any question?
Well, no questions, so go fuck yourselves. So that sounds good to me. Well, everybody have yourself a wonderful evening. Have a good night. Tony Baloney will be back next week. And let me tell you something else, Titan Drago. If you get another corpse fighting against you in Titan Drago's corner, I am going to intervene. And I got to get in there, and I got to show you assholes how it's done. Anyways, Tony Baloney signing off.
Yes. Tony Baloney, man. He takes some time off and really comes back heavy hitting, doesn't he? Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Man. Hot damn.
Oh
my God.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. Well, that is the show for tonight. Fantastic stuff, as always, from my panel and our amazing guest. Tony Baloney might seem to say otherwise. Apparently, Husk should change his name to Corpse. But
of course it is.
Oh, God.
Great show, boys. Yeah. Honest to God. Thanks to Ash and Luca for coming out here and being a part of this show. I hope you guys enjoyed that little surprise. To all the chat, Chase Jones, Jesse Derby, Slinky M, Pure Flack Monkey, Royal Boyle, Timothy Dixon, everybody that's been here, Dravenero, the list, the Assassin Lupa, Phantom Kraken, everybody's come out here tonight, guys. Kylo Milo, the Doctor, Princess Zelda, Assassin Lupa, You guys are from Spider-Man 356, Boogeyman, the whole 9 yards, guys. You guys are fantastic. Hey, my crew came out tonight. Most of them were here. Axel 1324. I saw Cool Cat Terry in the house. I think Eternal Shaddai was here briefly, if I'm correct. Cerebral Paul's been with us as well. I think just about everybody with Scrub Nurse tonight. So great stuff. Good morning, Xbox. But I'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's let everybody get the hell out of here, and we will start with our esteemed guest, Mr. ACS Husk. Let people know where they can check out what's happening in your neck of the woods and all the podcasts that you're a part of.
All right, motherfuckers. I've been moving for weeks. So I packed this week that I don't have shit going on, which turns out I was also wrong. Still shit going on, but I was here, and then I'm on midweek, and then I'm on my normal Wednesday horse shit. I appreciate the fuck out of the invite. Titan, I want a rematch. It will happen, and I will fucking destroy you. You're toast, bro. I know how it works now. You're fucked.
He's got it.
Anyways,
he's been analyzing it since it's been over. Like, now I know.
Oh no, I analyzed it the second I realized when he started saying jabs. It's like
You gotta dodge, slip the jab, man. Slip the jab.
like I'm like, dude's trying to give me a fucking tugger. What the fuck is going on here? I'm like, anyways, no, I seriously, I fucking love you guys. I seriously, I'm here every Tuesday I can be. Turns out I should have actually been a panel member. Fuck you, Titan. Anyways, no, I'm just joking. I can't do Tuesdays. That should make you feel worse. Anyways, yeah, dude, I'll be here whenever the fuck you invite me. Seriously, Tuesdays are open. Chat, dude, you guys are the shit. I love seeing familiar faces from both our shows. I fucking love this community. I love you guys, and yeah, dude, I needed this. Noof, like seriously, really badly needed to be here tonight, and I appreciate the fuck out of the invite. It's fuck, man. Life's a dick, and yeah, go. It's not just moving, but yeah, go do some shit, do some things that you want to do. Just do the shit, do some things. Fuck you, Meg.
Slinky M, what liquor shop can we find him? Oh shit, great stuff, guys. Yes, make sure you go check out ACS Husk, and make sure you check them out each and every Wednesday with the crew over at Gaming Beyond the Box. They have a fantastic little show. It's probably almost as raunchy as this one half the time, so you never know where the fuck they're going. They might have a topic, they may not, who knows. Usually they have some, but the
fuck's the topic?
The show goes off the rails too. We love it. There's a lot of similarities between the two. Absolutely. Let's catch up with our fantastic panel. Let's let the middle-aged game guy catch you up on what's been happening. He's been a busy man, been on a few podcasts of recent, of course, between everything else that's been going on.
Yeah, well, guys, it was a great show as always. Husk, you're always a good sport. Titan, you're always a good sport. You guys always get beat up by Tony, and hey, man, it's just the way it rolls. We had a great show. Chat, you guys are awesome as always. You guys are like family. Noof, always amazing to have you, and have you. Jesus Christ, I meant to say have you as a host of letting us be able to speak our minds. That's what I was trying to goddamn say. But anyways, everybody who doesn't know me, follow me on Twitter. I'm at the middle-aged game guy. That's with a GY at the end. You can see what other shenanigans I'm up to. On the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, you can follow me at all one word, all capitals, because I don't know how to be quiet. I am the Mag. That's with 2 G's, by the way. Yes, you can hear me, obviously, right here every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Gaming After Dark with Noof Nukem, Titan Drago, and whatever special guests we have tonight. Also, a special shout-out to Ash and Luca as well. And on Monday evenings, we have changed the time for primetime gaming with Mr. Boomstick XL and friends. We are now at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of 8 p.m. You got that? We are at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday evenings. And yes, I've been a busy man. I was on the Basement Radio Arcade podcast with Enrique and the whole Brap crew. And then, of course, I was on Crossfire with that fraud mooch who sounds just like me for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, in all seriousness, I had a great time there. I always have a great time here. I can't wait for next week already. E3's coming, guys. Everybody get pumped. We'll see you all next week.
Indeed. And let's get to the man who brings the common back to sense and now has 2 victories in Drago's corner, the one, the only Titan Drago.
Dun, 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 dun. No, man, Husk, great having you on, bud. It's always awesome. We have so many people in this community that just want to mess around and have fun. You're always welcome back, dude. Rematches, they're always fun. They're always amazing, and we'll definitely do it, bud. As for my winner this week, Chase Jones, for the pure participation in the chat. Chase, I wish you were one of my students, dude. I love participation, and that's why you win this week's Common Sense Award. Thank you, and thank you all for being in the chat and always representing this gaming community so well. And until next week, let's bring the common back to sense.
Indeed. And you guys know to find me.
Dude,
it's Noof Nukem.
fuck, it's 2021. Titan, it doesn't exist. Fuck is wrong with you?
He's trying. He's keeping the hopes alive.
Just stop it, dude. It's not fucking Rocky 3. Fucking Jesus.
Oh shit. And you guys know where to find me, guys. It's Noof Nukem just about everywhere. And obviously when I'm not on this fantastic podcast with these fantastic people, you can also find me on Good Morning Xbox on Sunday mornings at 10 Eastern. Sorry, 9 Eastern, 7 Mountain Time. We'll say what?
Did he just try to robot you?
Yeah. So anyway, guys, you know where to find me with Cerebral Paul and Company. Great show there, but obviously it's a little bit different than this one. So it is one that the whole family can sit down and enjoy without having to plug their ears and maybe puke and discuss, whatever. Pang 911, what's going on? Great stuff, guys. But otherwise, no community game night from me this week. If anybody else wants to host them, be my guest and go for it. But I got too much shit to do this weekend, and honestly, I just want to take a break from it every once in a while to get stuff done around the house and maybe even just sit down and catch up on the backlog, because I'm sure we all have one that's very fucking long right now. But that's about it for us, guys. Great show. Fantastic chat. You guys are the real MVPs. We love you and appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you back here again next week. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves. Be safe. Have fun. And game on.